Riley Minix, who hit the game winner in overtime as time expired to beat the Utah Jazz 93-91. Up next, Thursday, 6 o'clock, the Hornets, who are also, by the way, 3-0. Kansas City Chiefs and franchise tag guard Trey Smith agreed to a 4-year, $94 million deal, $70 million guaranteed.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yes, it is the Blitz, and we're at our favorite place, certainly one of them, the Roo Pub. And, well, you know why? Because there's something big happening tonight. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here as well. James Pledger back in the studio with the glass box of fun, or inside that thing. Greg Shelton is right here doing whatever Greg Shelton does.
Are you hitting puberty? What has happened to you in the last 5 minutes?
You know, I have no idea. This voice of mine, I still haven't recovered from Mexico, I guess.
Really?
I don't know, but I'll be all right. I'll make it through.
You need some hot tea and honey?
Maybe so.
Something along those lines?
Could be.
Something.
I'm just going to talk like real low.
Really?
Real.
That's almost as creepy sounding as the photo of Johnny Furphy last night in Summer League action. Dude that actually was drafted by the Spurs. It got dunked on last night in Summer League basketball, and the face he makes is not there's no way this guy's ever going to live this down. There is just none. It's I feel bad for the kid.
Well, and there's a dude right behind him, and it kind of looks like an X-rated, like he got a little something unexpected.
Looked like a cover of something you'd buy at the Megaplex.
Yeah, and
that poor guy.
That's probably the face you would make, too. Woo! Oh, my goodness.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
I was going to say chorizo, and then I think that dude's a white guy, so I don't know. So I don't know.
I don't want to hear about your chorizo. I really don't.
Well,
yeah,
it is a funny picture, though. That's for sure.
That poor kid.
I'm telling you,
he's never going to live that down.
Of course he's not.
That's going to be a meme. That's going to be in locker rooms everywhere. I mean, that's. I'm
glad that dude's no longer a Spur. Can you imagine?
I mean, I didn't think I would see anything worse at Summer League for somebody to not live down than the kid the other day that scored on the wrong basket. Nope, that guy's off the hook. That guy is off the hook.
Yeah, this guy is just woo. Nice surprise here, buddy.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Google image. Although, if you're watching on our YouTube, I will just hold this picture up and look at that poor guy's face. That's just bad on every level.
Every level. Yeah.
And then they were so nice on Instagram to even zoom in on it a little bit more. Again, that's just not where anybody needs to be.
Dude, what was that one?
Yeah,
is that your personal stash there or what?
Well, you know how they roll from one reel to the next? The next reel would make you have that face.
So now apparently on YouTube they said it was Furphy's the guy who was dunking, and somebody else Furphy is the white guy.
Yeah.
And Noah is the guy with the with the chorizo.
They're Summer League. It doesn't really matter. Did Pledge steer us wrong on the info?
I have no idea. I'm just going by.
You're wrong. Either way, you know what I'm talking about. You know that's a
right.
Every guy saw that went, oh, that poor bastard.
I guarantee you that is the face you're going to make. I promise you that. Hey, dude, we're
really?
At the Roo Pub. Well,
yeah, from.
I would imagine.
There you go.
That's a face you're going to make.
Yeah.
And we're at the Roo Pub, dude. This is a great place to be. We got Major League Baseball All-Star Game tonight. I sure hope it's a lot better than the Home Run Derby.
Now, I watched the entire thing last night because I had money on the big dumper.
All right.
And, but man, that was an awful watch. Now
It really was.
and I've said that the home run derby is made for TV. I have been fortunate enough to go to a couple of those in person, and they suck in person because there's just so much downtime, especially when you're media and you're not drinking and you can't really just go walk around and, RPPs, I get it. But I mean, it's not a great event to attend live. The TV experience has generally been better. But last night, I don't know what the hell ESPN was doing with that split screen. The guys broadcasting at Carl Ravitch and the crew were on the field, so they couldn't see because dudes were standing in front of them. And then every ball that leaves a bat, you think, all right, that's got a shot, and it doesn't. and it's like they hired camera operators that had never tracked a baseball before coming off of a bat. I had no idea what was going on. Oh, look at that. I wish I could, but you're showing me some kid drop one in the outfield.
Well, that in those colored lines like you get on a golf tournament they were using last night, every time a guy hit one, that line would go up like that. Well, that's got to be out of here.
Might leave the stadium.
And it didn't. And it was really confusing. And really, I didn't make the entire home run derby, so I didn't stick around as long as you did. But
I watched it till the end. Money will do that to you.
Well, it will.
But also the controversy that goes with it, right? The only reason the big dumper it was able to continue was because of math, right? I mean, he advanced on an inch on his home run, right? Why not have a swing off in that situation? But to go to math and your average distance and you get 1 inch, I mean, you talk about game of inches, game of inch. 1 inch made all the difference in the world. I know that 1 inch is going to cost my buddy down in Houston, Clint Sterner, a whole bunch of money. He was mad as hell tweeting last night that I had a bet with so-and-so on 2 guys, and those were the 2 guys hosting a barbecue at the house and paying for all the alcohol. And I'm like,
wow.
Dude, yeah, your buddy's going to have Blanton's taste when you roll out to this event.
Well, sometimes an inch does matter. In this case, it shouldn't have. I disagree with that. If you hit it if it's a home run, it's a home run. I didn't like that at all. And the deal, I mean, everybody thought it was going to be a hit off.
Yeah.
And everybody get ready for that. And then they get a couple of math geeks to measure that stuff out. And it's a bad event. And it's just like all the rest. Other than hockey, I'll give hockey. They're the champions of this whole all-star celebration or games or whatever it is.
Do it.
Yeah, but nobody else does. The NFL doesn't. The NBA suck. Major League Baseball sucks. It's awful. And if you can't improve it and make it better, just don't do it. Do something else. I don't know what you do, but it's just horrible.
I will say, though, the home run derby itself, outside of being a bad watch on television, watching those guys hit, that O'Neal dude and the dumper with his brother catching and his dad throwing the pitch, there were some great stories there.
Sure.
There were some great stories. And, quite honestly, probably some young talent that got introduced to the world last night. The casual baseball fan that doesn't know about some of those guys. When they were going, I liked the new format or the format they were going with. I didn't like the tiebreaker, and I didn't like the split screen. It was just, I don't know. It was a bad watch, but mainly because ESPN did a piss poor job of hiring camera operators that could follow the baseball. And I know your broadcasters need to be there, but they can't have guys walking around in front of them where they can't see what's going on. It is hard to do play-by-play if you can't see. The only thing I could come up with as an example is on some of those rainy nights on a Friday and you're at Comalander Stadium and the windows fog up and you can't see. That's kind of what Carl Ravitch was dealing with last night because even his TV monitors couldn't help him out because the camera operators sucked last night.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. The whole thing was bad. It was not a good thing. And ESPN needs to fix that. Major League Baseball, however you're going to do it. It's just I couldn't get through it. And it was just, I don't know, couldn't do it. So it was bad. Hopefully the All-Star game is a lot better tonight. We'll wait and see. I saw the odds for this, and it's an even split. And you take the American League, you're minus 110. The National League, you're minus 110. So flip a coin and make a bet, and that'll keep you around like Minix was kept around last night.
Well, that's it. And again, the All-Star game tonight, come watch it here at the Roo Pub at 281 and at Redland Road. And if you come out and see us, Nick from our promotions department loaded us up with a ton of Texas Ranger bobbleheads. We're going to be easy. Come hang out with us here, ask for a bobblehead, and pick yours.
Pick yours and get it. I just want to see if anybody picks a Peagle.
Again, we got a couple of Peagles out here.
We got a couple of Peagles.
These are rare.
And we're not talking about Jason and I.
No.
They're Peagles.
Yeah, they're if you don't know what a Peagle is, come hang out with us here at the Roo Pub.
You need to come see it.
They're interesting, and it's a bobblehead that if you put it on your shelf will become a conversation piece. I can tell you that. I looked at it and went, what the hell is this? And had to open one up.
Or it'll scare the hell out of you in the middle of the night. One of the two.
Whatever the case is, it'll scare the Peagles out of you.
Hey, dude, you ought to be happy with your cousin, Riley Minix.
Well, dude, the All-Star game ends, and then I see the nephew that still needs to earn another end hit a game winner.
Well, how about that? And it was some game winner, wasn't it? It was a great game. When you looked at that with Utah and San Antonio last night, we're talking about that. We'll hear from some of the participants of said game. Spurs are now 3-0. And looking pretty good doing it. So we'll do that. We're here at the Roo Pub. It's 281 in Redland Road. Come on out and see us. Get out here and have some fun with us because a lot of folks are already starting to do that. This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive. Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're going to draw one name of a person that sold their car to GiveMeTheVin.com and give them $25,000.
Wow. Give Me the Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month.
Could you imagine being that person? Wouldn't that feel great?
That would be awesome.
Well, honey, you won.
Oh my God.
Heather Krager of Dallas, Texas won $25,000 and Give Me the Vin's big cash giveaway.
That's so cool.
You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
I guess that old Mercedes was worth more than I thought.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. Then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying for it. For well-qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
1.9 left in overtime. Minix on the baseline to fade away. Oh, wow. For the win. Minix. The crowd goes wild. We saw game-tying dunk with 2 seconds left in OT. We see the game-winning fadeaway by Minix for the San Antonio Spurs. What a ball game. They are going to put that under review, but Brendan, there's nothing to review. Bucket good, game over.
Every day, Minix. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
If he spelled his name right, I mean, he is missing an N. And I think I want to, and I can't. I mean, it is cool to see. I wish his name was spelled differently. I wish there was some relation there. But I've been saying for a while, Riley Minix has a chance to be one of those key role players for the big boy San Antonio Spurs, not the Austin Spurs. And last night, as all Minix, ice water in the veins, knocked down the game winner, ball game. Crowd goes wild.
No, it's only those Minixes with one end that have ice water in their veins.
Well, I mean, you know, he got a W last night.
He got a W last, and he was hurt last year, right?
Yeah,
or he probably would have had.
He got shut down with the shoulder.
More of an an interaction with the big club. But this is David Jones Garcia, dude, that I'm impressed with.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Chupacabra.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at this guy. Apparently, he plays Dominican professional basketball for the Mexico City Capitans.
Sure.
Yeah, something like that. But the guy's incredible. All he does is shoot. I mean, that's all he does. He took 19 shots last night, hit 10 of them, scores 28 points, leads the Spurs again, and the guy was fantastic.
I've been, again, if you're just, why does Minix call him the Chupacabra? First couple of summer league games out in California, I was out of town, didn't see either game, but I was reading about them because that's what I do. And he led the team in scoring in those 2 games. And in the recaps, there was not one single mention of the guy that was the leading scorer. So who is he? Now, like you, I Googled him. I see he's well-traveled in college. He can shoot, plays a little defense, but he has led this team in scoring in every game, whether he starts or comes off the bench, like last night, came off the bench. Here's the concern. He looks like he's at least played his way into one of those available two-way spots that the Spurs have. But he is eligible to sign with any NBA team. I'm a little surprised nobody has signed him yet at this point in Summer League. I would think the Spurs, I mean, at what point, what else do you need to see? Two-way deal, send him to Austin. If he can help out the actual Spurs, so be it. But unless they just look at him as a Summer League legend, but this is the diamond in the rough that a Summer League can produce.
Well, and that is possible, a Summer League legend, because we see that every summer, it seems like. There's that one guy, and then you never hear from him again. We'll keep his name at the tip of our tongue for sure and see what happens with him moving forward. But the guy has certainly been impressive for the Spurs Summer Leaguers. Dylan Harper last night, so-so game. He didn't shoot all that well last night. And then Carter Bryant again. Boy, he's just not shooting the ball very well. He only has 5 points last night, but a good game as it turned out. So a lot of fun to watch, no doubt. Now the Spurs have an opportunity as they go up against the Hornets. What is that? Tomorrow pledge, I think you said.
Tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah, one of the.
Like
yeah, so, but they're also 3-0. So that'll be a big game for the Spurs Summer Leaguers. And my question is going to be is when are they going to shut down Dylan Harper?
Well, that is a question, although they have a chance to win this thing, so maybe not. And you look at last night's game compared to his first game. First game, everything was good for Dylan Harper. Last night, first half, not good, although he scored the first bucket of the game. But even Dylan Harper said afterwards, man, second half, he was able to get it together.
I was able to touch the paint really the whole game with just my decision-making, just learning to read, stuff like that, people rotating. So I think second half, I just regrouped and just never put my head down, just kept on going.
And that's what he did. Now, you bring up the Thursday game against Charlotte. I mean, Dylan Harper thinks he's going to play in that one.
We ready for every game. I think this right here showed that we don't quit when we get down, or when hard times happen, we just keep pushing, moving forward. So just for us in the group, just seeing this win and getting seeing it through is great for us.
Absolutely. And look, the more experience they get just playing in a pro-style offense, pro-style system, I think is good for all of those guys as they come out. And that's what Summer League is all about. So they kind of hit the ground to training camp running. They've got the system down. They know what they want to do and what the Spurs want from them. And then they go from there.
And you look at, I mean, clearly Dylan Harper is going to be a Spur next year. Carter Bryant might spend a lot of time in Austin. Defensively, he looks like he is ready to come in and have a role with the NBA Spurs. Offensively, he hasn't found his shot, and you wonder if that will keep him in Austin more, or is his defense good enough? Now, a guy that has a chance to actually have an impact on the San Antonio Spurs is Riley Minix. Hit the game winner last night, and he talked about what his goal is for his time in the Summer League.
I'm trying to show a little bit of everything that I can do, make winning plays, and do whatever it takes to win ball games. And trying to do the best that I can at that, and then keep leading. Show these young guys how to play, and just keep winning games, win a championship, and then it'll all be good after that.
You know, it's interesting because I heard Riley Minix after the game. He was actually the third option on that particular play. And I guess it was Harrison Ingram who got him the basketball. And he said, just get it to me and I'll find a way to get open. He did, although he wasn't really open. It was just a hell of a shot. He just turns around and knocks it down. So impressive play for the young man. And I know everybody was excited about that. And you like to see those youngsters have some fun.
And again, it's fun. You're seeing how they compete. Summer League head coach Mike Noyes talked about what went into that game-winning shot.
We ran that one in training camp. We haven't been in too many close games where we had to use it. And the guys, I maybe remembered it, maybe didn't. The initial play, I think, was for Carter coming off, for Dylan coming off. Harrison and Ingram made a terrific pass. We did not have any timeouts, so it was we have to get the ball in, and Riley did the rest.
Yeah, he certainly did that. It was a great turnaround jump shot, and he nailed it. The guy's been impressive. I don't think there's any question about it. And so, it's going to be interesting when you look at how everything sorts itself out when we get into training camp and then head toward the regular season, as who stays in San Antonio full time and who heads to Austin. It's going to be fun to watch.
It is. And again, Summer League is what it is, and you certainly have to keep that in mind. Now, I think one of the other big stories come out of Summer League, besides a win in Las Vegas, was Victor Wembanyama talking to the French newspaper L'Équipe. Yes. Now, translating all of this, so, I mean, we're going on Google Translate, but a couple of things. If you're a Spurs fan, you have to love the fact that he said he wants to be a Spur for life. Quote, again, from Google Translate, I know that not every player in the NBA has the same ambitions, but it's obviously my dream to spend my entire career with a single franchise here in San Antonio.
Well, you certainly like to hear that. There's no doubt. And then, well, that's great. But there is that thing called business. Sometimes it rears its ugly head and gets in the way. Look, I have no doubt that this guy's going to stay in San Antonio the rest of his career. I hate taking that stuff for granted because as soon as you do, your heart gets ripped out.
Well, it's almost like fans in Milwaukee wondering every day, is this the day Giannis gets traded? Is this the day he demands it? But you talk about Wemby and his influence. Now, this next answer sounds very much like it was part of a conversation that he has had with, I don't know, RC. This sounds more like an RC quote. I don't know Mitch Johnson well enough to know if this is a Mitch Johnson quote. Sounds like something that he might have heard from Greg Popovich. But on the Kevin Durant trade, he says, quote, breaking up a young core for a single player rarely works. I want the Spurs to be a balanced team. They've been masters of that in the past. All right. Doesn't that sound more like something RC would say, like hey, Vic, I know you. We looked at Vic, but look, we looked at Kevin Durant, Vic, but we got to keep this young core. It doesn't work when you do this. Here's 17 examples of I don't know. I know he's wise beyond his years. You can hear that when you hear him talk, but that does seem more like a front office answer, not a star player answer that's wanting to win right now.
Well, and that should tell you all you need to know right there about Giannis. He's not coming to San Antonio. If you go with this, and that's the philosophy, then Giannis is not coming here. Because, look, it's still out there, and the Spurs get mentioned every single time.
Yep.
There's a story about Giannis. So if you go with that, and that's the way they feel, if they're not bringing in Kevin Durant, then why would they bring in Giannis? If that's how they feel, and that's the way they want to run things. So it doesn't sound like that's going to happen. However, there are still some other trade rumors out there that won't go away. And every time you see it, it's a Devin Vassell is mentioned as a trade piece.
Well, one of the things that is obvious, and I hope that Vic understands how the professional game works, how the business side of basketball works, because it is clear that young core is tight. That is a solid group of friends.
Sure.
More so than just teammates or coworkers, almost like the old Patty Mills coffee gang, right? Remember on the road, but they've all ventured throughout the NBA, and relationships do matter, but don't get too attached, right? Because one day you're here, the next day one or two of those guys could be gone, but it's clear that they're all friends. But at what point does Wemby have to look at his friend and say, we can improve at your position. Love you, man, but you've got to go.
Hard for him to do that, but I think it's a conversation that an RC or, a Mitch Johnson will have with him that, look, we're going to make this change because we feel like it's better for the team overall. And Wemby understands that. Of course he does. And these guys get close, and I'm glad they're close. I'm glad it's a close-knit team that the Spurs have assembled here. But it is business, and you got to improve the team. The idea, believe it or not, and I think I'm the only one that feels this way, the idea is to win every season. Yeah, not just skip about 3 or 4 or 5 and then build and do it that way. I just think the idea is to win and improve your team and get there. Yes, you want to build, but you want to win it at the same time.
Well, I think the Spurs seem more about improving and being ready to compete for a championship at the right time, whatever that means, right? They're not ready to win a championship right now. And their offseason moves are saying they know they're going to be better next year, but they know they're not going to compete for a championship next year. The way the CBA is set up, it feels like the Spurs are positioning themselves on the roller coaster of seasons when an Oklahoma City and a Houston Rockets and, pick another team or two start to come down and their ride is up. They want to be, when their ride is up, at the peak when it comes to who's on the roster and the financial commitments that they have made.
Well, I mean, to me, that's a hell of a gamble and a coward's way out. That's the way I'll say it. To me, it's a coward's way out. Why are you afraid and you don't want to compete with Oklahoma City? Why are you afraid you don't want to compete with Houston or Denver? I mean, to me, that's a coward's way out if that's indeed the way they're going. Improve the team, get better now, and go compete with those guys. Who gives a damn what they've got? If you can improve this team and you can make it happen, you go do it.
Well, I mean, that was my philosophy on going to get a Kevin Durant that you were anti.
I was.
And again, Kevin Durant, and what he's able to offer to a team, perfect for Houston because of where they are. But financially, you can't make that move and spend all the assets that it requires, especially if this likely isn't going to end in a championship. While I disagree with it as a Spur fan, as a guy that's understanding their business philosophy here, they're not going to overspend or utilize all that draft capital they have on a season in which they know they likely aren't going to win a championship. They are saving it to strike when the iron is hot, and it's not yet hot enough. As a Spur fan, I don't like that philosophy. I want them to do everything they can to win now and win every year, but they are showing me this is the plan, and this isn't the year.
Well, if that's the case, then you let De'Aaron Fox walk. Why give him a big extension? If that's the philosophy and that's the plan, let him walk.
Well, I think he's part of the future of when they are ready to win, they're going to be able to do that.
Well, if they give him a max, they're going to have to get creative then. Because if they give him a max contract, that's going to screw up everything, and it's going to take a lot of your salary cap. I mean, it just is. So they're going to have to get creative with him. Do you give him a max, or do you try to give him something else that's a little shorter period of time? And it's a question that has to be asked because it could interfere with exactly what you're talking about. The Kevin Durant deal, you're going to pay him a lot of money and you're going to have him for 2 years. And this team, as assembled, even with the Kevin Durant, is not ready to win a championship. I think they can build with guys like De'Aaron Fox. I think they could have built with some of the other young stars that ended up other places. And so to me, you go out and you build a team. I will never understand in professional sports why it takes 5-6 years to build up and build a team and then compete. And if it is the way you described, and it could very well be, to me, that's just a coward's way out.
It's a very methodical approach. And look at Oklahoma City. Their overnight success took, 7 years? So when you look at the Oklahoma City model, which it appears that the Spurs are following, that a lot of Spurs fans say they want to follow, they've got to make the moves at the right time. And I do think, to a degree, the timer changed when they got Wemby. But every move they made this offseason, while we were all thinking they need to go get a good, solid three-point shooter, they said, we got to fix our defense first. And their draft, Bryant, that's a defensive guy. Their two offseason acquisitions, both helping the front court, solid defenders.
Well, they certainly needed the help. I mean, that's for sure. They did. There were some young players that they could have brought in, and they could compete because, look, I mean, are they a playoff team or are they a play-in team? What are they? And what's the improvement we want to see? So this year, the goal is what? Is it to make the playoffs? Okay. I don't think they're a top 6 team as constructed right now. I think there are 6 teams better in the Western Conference than they are. So then, to me, you're looking at the play-in. So if that's the goal you've got set, then okay, what do you do for next year to improve enough to get into that top 6? because Oklahoma City's not going anywhere, and neither is Houston. So how long does it take? When does that decline start to happen for those teams that you just mentioned? Even a Denver Nuggets team. To me, that's a 3 or 4 more year window.
Well, I to your point, when was the last time we had a repeat champion in the NBA?
That's been a while.
When Denver won it, we all thought, man, Denver's going to win the next 5. Holy cow, they're the next Golden State. We said that about Milwaukee. Phoenix got to the finals, didn't win it, but they got to the finals. This year, they didn't even make the playoffs. That roller coaster ride is fast, man. I know it looks like, oh, man, that line is forever, but it goes fast. I don't think we're 5 years out. But this year, Spurs are telling us they want to see improvement, but they know they're not a championship caliber team. Could they trip into one? I suppose. Boston was supposed to be that team. And Boston, I mean,
well, injury screwed Boston.
Injuries this year, but all I want to do, and I'm stealing a term from Jerry Jones, can they be hanging around the rim? Titles aren't guaranteed.
No.
But are you in position? I mean, the Rockets probably feel like the last couple of years they should have been better. Hey, they were the 2 seed last year. They should have been better. They should have done more. Put themselves in position. They got better. The Mavericks, what are they going to do? They were in the finals not that long ago, and they've completely rearranged that whole team because Luke is now in L.A. So, that roller coaster ride, it could be quick for the San Antonio Spurs, just not quick enough as we think it should be.
And you have to get lucky because you just go back to Oklahoma City. Nobody knew SGA was going to be SGA. When they traded for him, they had no reason to believe that he was going to be the MVP of the league in 2025. They had no way of knowing that. They developed him, or a combination of both, and he became the player that he has become. Hopefully the Spurs have that with a Dylan Harper. Maybe he's that guy that can develop into an MVP type player. We'll see. I just think there are ways to do it, and this slow crawl just kind of bugs the hell out of me. All right, Kelly Olynyk, how will he help? I think he'll help a lot. I like the move. I think it was a good pick to bring in another veteran guy with some playoff experience to help with this young group. We're going to hear from him on what he thinks he can do for this Spurs squad this year. We'll talk about it. We are live at the Roo Pub. It is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle, the most busy sports day of the year, Rob.
If the Spurs don't sign this one dude, I'm going to be mad. There's nothing else going on. Well, we'll talk about it all. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
In the 80s, everyone was breaking. Break dancing, that is. Lots of moves, spins, flashy colors, and a whole lot of cardboard. Breaking in the 80s was good, but breaking now, not so good. That's why Dave Ramsey recommends Kinetico water softeners in San Antonio and the Hill Country. Seems like many brands of water softeners these days have flashy lights, sounds, and moving parts. Bad news. All those parts are more likely to break and break and break again. With Kinetico water softeners, there are fewer moving parts, and a Kinetico only runs on kinetic energy and is up to 80% more efficient than other competing models. A Kinetico is built to work, not break. That's why a Kinetico is backed by an outstanding 10-year warranty. And right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink, $400 off with a trade-in of any water softener, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. With a Kinetico, you'll have water soft as parachute pants on the dance floor.
KineticoSA.com.
License number 38961.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Little techno music going on there. Pledge has got going.
Not sure that I would classify this as techno.
It sounded techno.
Did it?
It kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who is this, Minix?
I have no idea.
Rage Against the Machine.
Who is it?
Rage Against the Machine.
Okay. All right. Rage Against the Machine. The techno pop band.
Yeah. Not techno nor pop.
That sounds good.
That is Rage, yeah.
Yeah, it's Rage. Okay, good. Hey, we're at the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And, you know, we're at the Roo Pub because there's a big event going on tonight. It's a Major League Baseball All-Star game. That is happening. If you can't watch it, you can listen to it right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. But the best thing to do is come on down here to the Roo Pub because we got prizes. We're going to bribe you to come down here.
Whatever it takes. Now, we've got bobbleheads. We've got a lot of different bobbleheads, including a Peagle.
A Peagle. We've got 2 of those.
We got 2 Peagles. Even Greg Shelton now is taking off his headphones. He's even put it on the readers. He's got to see what the hell is a Peagle.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Peagle right
if
there.
If you're watching on YouTube, Shelton, when you can, send me the one that's already opened. Because I opened one earlier because I didn't know what the hell a Peagle was. And so I wanted to see. Now, Greg Shelton, our crack engineer on crack, struggling with a box. One day he'll actually get this open. Now he's breaking styrofoam.
He's not the gentlest dude in the world, is he?
If you're watching on at YouTube, we will show you what the Peagle is. And I'm still not really sure as I look at this thing, what is a Peagle? Now, I know this is great radio, but if you want a bobblehead like that, even says Peagle. The wings flap. Look at that.
It's more of a bobble wing, isn't it?
It's got, well, yeah, because the
head doesn't bobble.
The head doesn't, but the wings do.
The wings,
I mean,
it's a bobble wing.
Yeah. A Peagle.
A Peagle.
A Peagle.
Unbelievable.
Yes. It's a panther and an eagle. It's a Peagle. And we've got a bobblehead. See, and problem is if I set this here, Ryan Eagle's going to play with its wings all day.
Well, I may do that. And I promise you, though, if I sit it on my table and I came out to go, I don't know, pee at 3 o'clock in the morning,
you'll have a Peagle.
That would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know if the Peagle dribbles, but it will make you.
Well, there's a history lesson behind the Peagle. That's why we have a couple of these.
And what's the history?
Well, the history is it's history. It says on the box there. I read it and I can't remember. It was all part of the origin of the Texas Rangers.
Your retention skills suck.
Well, they do.
I mean, you read that less than an hour ago.
Well, dude, it really wasn't that important to me, honestly.
Then why are you talking about it's a history lesson?
It's a history lesson.
You can learn something. According to the box, from our City Connect uniform, this mythical creature is inspired by the Dallas Eagles and the Fort Worth Panthers, two legendary baseball teams that helped to pave the way for the Texas Rangers. Now, can they be legendary baseball teams if you've never heard of them?
I don't think so. Somebody has. Maybe they are in the Metroplex.
The
They're
Dallas
legendary.
Eagles? That seems wrong on every level.
And the Fort Worth Beagles? Is that
Fort Worth Panthers. It's a panther and an eagle, so they created a Peagle.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You can own for yourself a Peagle.
Yes.
If you come down here to the Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road. You ought to do that anyway. You don't need to be bribed to come to the Roo Pub. It's just one of the best spots in this beautiful city of San Antonio.
It really is. And again, for the game tonight, take advantage of happy hour here at the Roo. Plan ahead for steak night tomorrow night. Maybe get the bison burger tonight. Whatever the case is. And, even though the Spurs Summer Leaguers don't play tonight, there's going to be some Summer League basketball on as well. And one of the cool things about the Spurs organization is the amount of roster players that have showed up in Las Vegas, including the newest Spur, Kelly Olynyk, just got traded, and he's out in Las Vegas. Very cool. He went on the Summer League broadcast last night and, had a good conversation with the TV crew. And one of them is, his game. What do you actually bring to the San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just, obviously they got a great group of young guys who, are hungry to get better. And they got a mix of veterans in here and, just trying to add in a veteran presence that can, versatile on both ends of the floor, especially offensively, and, try to be a connector for those guys. And then just, stretch the floor and just create space whenever you can.
Well, look, I think it was a good move, and I like it defensively. I like it. I like that he's a veteran guy that can come in here and help out a little bit. But again, he's not a guy that's he's not gonna move the needle as such. He's a piece that's coming in here. I like the move. It wasn't a bad move, and we'll see how it plays out.
Do I translate that as a babysitter? What do I bring? I'm the veteran now.
Basically, yeah.
I'll teach them how to tie their shoes and, how to make a dinner reservation. I don't know. I mean, look, I like the move. I like the move a lot. Talking to Antonio Daniels last week while you were on vacation, he played for the Pelicans last year. And so Antonio Daniels, the New Orleans TV broadcaster, good person to have on to get a scouting report, said, look, you see and hear a lot of TV analysts for teams talk about a player one way when they're here, and then when they leave, you're like, yeah, we're not going to miss him. He had this. He said, I can't say that about Kelly. And talking about what a good fit he will be here in San Antonio, especially playing alongside Wemby. And even Kelly talked last night about getting to play alongside Wemby.
it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, to be able to do that. Obviously he changes the game on both ends of the floor. With his, size and his length and his abilities, to play, kind of do everything with the basketball. So, really excited about that. And obviously, when you have someone like him protecting the rim behind you, it makes you a lot more confident on that end of the floor.
This is true.
Yes.
Yeah, well, no doubt. And he's another big guy that can help out with that as well, along with Cornette. So the Spurs addressed the need for a couple of big guys that can help out in that respect. And that's going to free Wemby up to do some of the things that Wemby likes to do on the outside. So I like the move. This guy is, again, a guy that's a veteran presence. He's going to help out just like a Cornette. They're kind of in that same category, if you will. So it's a low risk, medium reward type of move.
Well, I would even say maybe even a little bit more medium. I mean, Luke Cornette, same kind of situation. One of the questions I had for Antonio last week is, you look at Kelly Olynyk's travel over the last couple of years. He's not renting anywhere. He's staying at extended stays. Why is a veteran player like this so well traveled? Antonio said he was a great fit in New Orleans. Why'd he move? And some of it's the business side of things, because he does look like a great fit for San Antonio. But everywhere he has been recently, you go back and you read the articles when he was acquired, great fit guy, but it hadn't worked. To me, that's the one red flag that I don't know the answer to. I don't know if this is the final stop in his NBA journey or not. It could be, but I am a little concerned as this great fit guy hasn't been able to stick anywhere the last couple of years. Dude's been living out of a suitcase.
He has. He's a depth guy. I mean, that's the reason the Spurs bring him in. But again, it makes you wonder when you bring in a guy like this, what is the plan? I mean, because obviously he's not a long-term plan for this team. He's not. So what is the plan? Is it just to help these guys get a little bit better, the way Chris Paul was brought in to maybe help some of these young guys get a little bit better? To me, it's simply a depth move. And I think it addresses a need, which was a big man that can help protect the bucket. He can play defense. He's not going to score a lot of points for you, but he is that guy back there that's going to make it difficult for guys to get to the basket. So
defensively, the Spurs should be much improved. But what I do like about Luke and Kelly and Wemby is none of their games are mirrors, right? They all do it a little bit differently. And so that should be good complementary basketball when they're on the floor together at the same time.
It's going to be interesting to see, again, how Mitch Johnson uses the tools in his toolbox and how he spreads them out and uses them on the floor, and what players play better with what players. And he's got a lot to work with. I don't think there's any question about that. But again, we'll see how these guys develop. How much does Wemby improve? I certainly expect him to improve from year 2 to year 3. And I think he'll improve moving forward every year. This guy's just going to get better, and that's the beauty of it. Then you got Dylan Harper. He's going to improve year to year. So, you got those two guys. Carter Bryant, hopefully he improves, especially offensively. I don't think defensively you have anything to worry about with this guy. He's going to come in and do a great job there. Is that enough to make him a major part of the Spurs lineup? That remains to be seen. And then is Devin Vassell around? Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, where do they fit in with this group? So there's a lot of question marks, and training camp is going to answer a lot of those. The preseason will answer a lot of those. And quite frankly, the first 2 months of the NBA season will answer a lot of that.
This offseason, personally, for me as a Spur fan, has been a little disappointing. I like all the moves that they have made, but I was hoping for a bigger splash. I'll go back to when they made the move last year in the middle of the year for De'Aaron Fox. I thought that was them moving over to the left lane and punching the gas pedal. Like, let's go. And they're not. They're still in the slow lane. Grandma just passed them in her Capri. And but this season should be so much more entertaining than what we've had in a long time. And I know expectations were tempered some last year, but I cannot wait to see what De'Aaron Fox and Wemby can do together for a full season, especially now that Wemby has been officially cleared. We know Fox is going to be fine. But to see what's come together, because I don't expect any other big splash moves. I mean, quite frankly, I don't. I wouldn't be mad if something were to happen. But this is going to be a good team. Will it be good enough to be a playoff team? Will we have real postseason basketball in San Antonio?
Well, that's obviously the hope, and we'll likely see. Again, Giannis is still out there. That's a possibility. The Spurs still have an opportunity to go get a guy like that if they so choose, or would that wreck what they have planned for the next 2, 3, 4 years? And then De'Aaron Fox immediately. What do they do with him? How do they structure his contract and to make it fit for their plan? So a lot of questions coming up. That can happen August 3rd, by the way. He can sign a contract. So I'm assuming they're negotiating now and trying to get that stuff all worked out. So when it is time, he will be able to get in there and play. It's going to be interesting to see, and I think a lot of fun just to watch and learn and see what they do. Can I tell you one guy I think that is great for college football?
Tell me.
Lane Kiffin.
Oh, yeah.
He is great for college football, no doubt. And he's got some thoughts on Nick Saban and a little feud with Hugh Freeze. We're going to hear from Lane Kiffin when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 from the Roo Pub, San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, if you're constantly feeling tired, can't focus, lacking energy just to get off the couch, that's not really living. Low T affects all aspects of your life, your relationships, your job. If you have kids, is that really how you want them to see you? Doesn't have to be that way. Picture this. Get your life back with testosterone therapy by Synergenics and Low T Center. The test is still free, but time is running out to take advantage of the free test offer. It is free until July 31st. Now is the best time to find out what your T level is. Just visit any Synergenics or Low T Center and take the test. It's fast. Results are available in about 15 minutes because they have an on-site lab. And as mentioned, the test is still free. So get in now, get tested. Most major insurance is accepted, so treatment costs are minimal. Taking control of your health is now easier than ever. So what are you waiting for? Synergenics and Low T Center give you the power to take control of your health. With their custom dose TRT, you have the freedom to choose between white glove in-center care or medically monitored treatment with testosterone delivered to your home. Already a patient? Tell your friends to get started on TRT, and you'll receive a $250 credit. That credit applies for any man or woman who starts hormone treatment. Taking the test is simple, and taking that first step and getting your life back. Imagine how good you'll feel and how much happier those around you will be when the best version of yourself shows up. The free test offer does end July 31st, so book your appointment now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-7147. 800-575-7147. That's 800-575-7147 or simply visit TRA.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, this just in. According to the San Antonio Express News, SAISD has agreed to sell downtown property, clearing the way for a new Missions ballpark. San Antonio Spurs Summer Leaguers remained unbeaten in Las Vegas, improving to 3-0. It was Riley Minix who hit the game winner in overtime as time expired. Up next for the Summer Leaguers, Thursday, 6 o'clock against the Charlotte Hornets, who, by the way, are also 3-0.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. That's where we are for every major event. Tonight, Major League Baseball's All-Star Game takes place. And, of course, we are at the Roo Pub. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here. James Pledger back in the studio. Greg Shelton engineering this fine show this afternoon. And it's a great place to be on a Tuesday afternoon.
Greg successfully opened a bobblehead box earlier today, which makes this Peagle more valuable than the other Peagle we have.
Maybe he'll sign it for you if you'd like to have that.
Well, on a wing?
On a wing, perhaps, yeah.
Somebody on our YouTube channel suggested that we clip the wings off, and then it just looks like a cool Black Panther logo.
Okay, if you want to do that once you own it, have at it. I'd rather have the wings on it.
I mean, it's a little different.
It's different. I'd rather have the wings. Everybody's got a Black Panther, don't they?
Do you?
No, I don't. But if I'm going to have one, I'd rather have one with wings.
The question is, does the morning show adopt the Peagle now? You know,
just keep it out of the way of coyotes, and you'll be okay.
I think a Peagle could take a coyote.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, that cat couldn't.
Well, look, speaking of cats, and the signs are still up all along, like Blanco and Huebner area. Somebody lost a cat.
Yeah.
There's $1,000 reward for this cat. There are signs everywhere.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Wow.
You haven't seen those signs?
No.
You drive over to near Tri-County Meat Market, and man, there are signs for this missing cat everywhere. I thought maybe AJ had lost another one, and in his desperate attempt to find it, was offering big money.
Well, ain't no way AJ's offering $1,000 for a cat. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, does he actually come through with the money, or does anybody if this cat is found?
Well, you kind of have to. I don't turn over the cat until I get the cash.
Well, I mean, Maya is missing $1,000 reward and then a phone number.
Wow.
There are signs everywhere for this thing. Over
$1,000. You know, I used to feel bad, honestly. I used to live in a subdivision in Helotes. And you'd see those signs of missing cats and little dogs. And then you see coyotes running around everywhere, and you're thinking, "Oh, geez, that was dinner last night."
You know what happened?
Of course.
There's no remnants, man. You're not getting that cat back.
But I guess you have to put the sign up just in case. And I feel bad because the same subdivision early when we got there, I lost a dog because the yard guy left the gate open. Dog ran out.
Yeah, yard guy's fault, huh?
And that probably happened to that dog.
Oh, gone. But did you put a sign up offering $1,000 reward?
I did not do that.
Is there a cat out there worth $1,000?
I don't think so personally. I'm not a cat guy, so no, I wouldn't offer a $10 reward. But I'm just saying,
did you put up a $1,000 reward for your dog that the long guy lost?
I did not. We looked all over the place, even in some of the nefarious areas where coyotes,
in RPP neighborhood,
where coyotes like to roam and live, I guess, and never found
your
anything.
Search didn't make the end of the driveway. I know you too well.
I love that dog.
I know you. You walked to the end of the driveway. What was its name?
Cheyenne.
Yeah, dog's gone. Yeah.
I wouldn't get off for $1,000. I just, and I damn sure don't have a stuffed animal now that I sleep with, because I'm all upset about it. So, everything's good.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
As SEC media days are going on right now in Atlanta, Lane Kiffin was up yesterday, and Lane Kiffin is Lane Kiffin is one you either love him or you hate him.
Yeah, exactly right.
I love the fact that Lane Kiffin is in all coach speak like so many coaches are. He tells it like it is. He gets on social media and does some things. Dude was getting roasted yesterday for quote tweeting one of those influencer types that goes fishing a lot. She's an outdoorsy type, but she's always fishing in a very skimpy bikini, right? I didn't know about her until Lane Kiffin tweeted, and doing my research, I understand why he follows her. And he just quote tweeted her with the hashtag come to the sip, which is what he does. Now, Lane Kiffin, smart dude. He knows that's going to go viral and he's going to get all kinds of things. And she even responded, hashtag roll tide. So apparently she's a Bama fan. But, Lane Kiffin does things, we'll quote tweet that. Everybody else just scrolls, looks, and keeps going, right? But Lane Kiffin knows what he's doing. Then he also kind of started a rumor that his old boss is going to get back into college football.
Well, I found that fascinating. Yeah, he did. He said he thinks Nick Saban will get back coaching college football. What's funny about that, Kirby Smart, the head coach of Georgia, spoke this morning and said, if that's the case, I'm offering him a job right now.
Yeah.
Come on to Georgia. I don't think Saban would do that, but
if the money's right,
it was kind of tongue in cheek, but
look, at his age, you wonder if Nick Saban would, but again, is it out of the realm of possibility? But the fact that Lane Kiffin would say it, and then yesterday he went on Paul Feinbaum, and the feud that those two have, and I say feud, their shtick is classic. That was 10 minutes of TV gold. And I won't say that often about Paul Feinbaum.
Right,
but that was 10 minutes of gold. Now, there was a lot of stuff in that interview. But again, Lane Kiffin being Lane Kiffin taking a shot at you, if you will, although he says it wasn't really a shot at Hugh Freeze for the amount of golf that dude plays.
Badly anymore about what the things you say about me based on the things you've said about Hugh Freeze recently.
First of all, I haven't said one bad thing about Hugh Freeze. I said something about he's doing great in golf. That's great. I heard his handicap's way down. That's awesome, man. Proud of the guy. It's good for him. I'm a Hugh Freeze fan. And then people say because I post a fishing picture at Hugh Freeze, they think like I'm talking about golf. No, I'm not. It's because if you know the history, like you and I have history.
Yeah.
You and I have history, and like he posted a picture one time, like a 2-pound bass, and like was flexing it at me, like, and I was like, wait a second here. So then I send a picture back of like a 50-pound fish, like in saltwater back at him. So that's all that is. Just fun.
Yeah, it's just fun. Lane Kiffin is an arrogant donkey. I mean, let's face it. But he is. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I like it, and I think he's great for college football.
He is. Yeah. And but the golf reference, if you're unaware, Auburn fans are really mad that Hugh Freeze spends too much time on the golf course.
I don't get it.
You think about some of the political types that are mad at the current president for the amount of golf that he plays. Apparently, Hugh Freeze plays more, and Auburn fans thinks he needs to be studying film 28 hours a day. Right? I mean, that's but he won't apologize for playing too much golf. And again, do what you do. I like Lane Kiffin and the fact that when you see interviews with him, it's not all coach speak.
No, he's great. He's funny as hell. I like him, and I think he's great. Again, great for college football. And he's in a perfect place. Ole Miss. That's a great place for Lane Kiffin. We'll see what happens. NCAA tournament expansion. You've heard they've been talking about doing this.
Yeah.
Well, I read something today, Jason, that I did not know. If they expand the tournament, if the NCAA decides to do that, CBS and all the other TV partners don't have to pay more for that. They're not obligated to. In their contract, it doesn't matter how many teams it goes or how many days. So the report that I read today says it's all going to depend on beer sponsorships and how much more they're willing to pay, whether they do it or not.
Beer money is real.
It is.
And because the TV contracts are done and they don't have to be redone, the NCAA, they probably tried, like, hey, CBS, Turner, we're thinking about adding more games. How much more money? No, dude, we're already sending you a boatload. So if you want more games, this is the cost because of the way the contract is written. Again, there's lawyers on both sides with these deals, and the TV networks have pretty good lawyers. So will beer companies end up being the major driver?
Well, alcohol, beer, and others they've kind of shunned them a little bit, the NCAA, because they don't want to promote that during college games. But now they'd be willing to do it.
Well,
if it meant expansion.
All the venues have, especially for the tournaments, have alcohol sales. And all you got to do is have a little disclaimer, drink responsibly at the end, and it's all good.
That's kind of like that gambling responsible too, right? Same thing.
None of those college kids are drinking that are under 21.
Of course not.
That's meant for, the 40, 50, 60-year-olds that are watching the games and betting money on those kids.
Right.
Not those innocent college kids that
of course not.
Are never. I mean, it's like the Final Four here in San Antonio, where we were set up, the student sections were right in front of us. And it was comical to watch a handful of kids go and buy, and then coming back, everything had to get poured into a plastic cup. Now, how many times do you pour a beer into a plastic cup, but decide, okay, I need 2 cups and go half a beer? You know damn well he's taking that to some kid that wasn't 21.
Well, of course he is.
Right?
Of course he is.
That's how it works.
And there were a couple of them that were getting their steps in.
Yeah, you could tell who was the ones that could legally go by because they missed a lot of the game standing in line.
They did. I hope they got tipped very well.
Well, and again, when you're sitting there watching, we were making fun of this one kid who, I mean, he either lost the bet or whatever, but that guy was making beer runs about every time out.
He was.
And would pour them in the glasses, and then he was empty-handed. But his friends had a great time.
They had a hell of a time. Free pizza and, beer.
Yeah.
It was great. If I were to ask you, Minix, what are the 2 goofiest states in the United States of America?
Well, I mean, it's Florida and California.
That's exactly right.
And this story could have been in either one.
Either one. A donut shop was robbed by a dude wearing a bikini.
Huh?
You can't make this up. He walks into the donut shop in a bikini. He's got a gun, and the employees actually fought him off.
Well, the man's in a bikini. You didn't feel like it was a threat, although he did pull out a gun.
He did.
A real gun. Don't take that the wrong way.
He did. He didn't shoot anybody, but he did point it at police eventually. Police shot at him and missed, and they ended up tasing the guy. But he was actually in a bikini.
Now, there's a lot there, and
I didn't see a lot.
I asked Joe, am I going to regret watching this video? And he's like, oh, dude, you got to watch this. I regretted watching that video.
That's an image you'll never get out of your head.
Yeah. And again, it's a donut shop in Los Angeles. I mean, I'm reading the headline and asking Joe, like, is this going to end with a poor game of ring toss or something?
Maybe that's what they should have done.
But then the guy takes off, and it's like they call the cops and like, yeah, there's a dude rolling around in a bikini. It wasn't hard for the cops to find, although somehow by the time he got shot, he found pants.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
They end up tasing the guy and taking him to jail, and that's the end of that story. But it's not every day you hear of a robber in a bikini.
Well, and again, the other thing that Ryan Eagle learned today is something I did not know, but apparently it's a thing. Did you know Walmart sells sex toys?
I had no idea.
I did not
until today.
Greg Shelton is looking at me weird. But it's true because some dude stole a lot of product from Walmart.
Sex toys.
And they itemized his bag, and
there were vibrators, there were
ticklers, there were massage things, there were you name it, and ice cream that this guy stole.
And we're trying to figure out the ice cream, but I guess afterwards, if you're not smoke cigarettes, you got to have something, right? So you're eating ice cream.
Maybe the ice cream was a part of the fun.
It could have been. Could have very well been.
But there were things on that list I didn't know existed, let alone that I could get at Walmart.
Dude, I had no clue Walmart. Do all Walmart sell sex toys?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, but again, I mean, I guess you really can get everything out at Walmart. You just have to watch for falling prices. Joe's gonna browse Walmart later tonight.
Well, during the next break, perhaps I will do that.
You don't have time, but
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. It may not be that hard to find.
Well, what aisle is that?
Dude, I don't know. I had no clue they did that.
All right, look, Greg Shelton is looking it up now. Pick up the Walmart right over here on the corner of 281 and 1604. We'll send Greg on a mission during a commercial break here pretty soon to see what he could pick up. But the itemized list, I don't think we can actually read on the air.
No. Just suffice it to say, vibrators, ticklers, massagers.
I'm not sure you could say that on the air.
Massagers?
Well, no.
Ticklers?
No.
Vibrators?
Yes.
Why? I can't say vibrators.
I don't think you can.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Well, I just did twice.
Well, 3 times.
Oh, crazy stuff. That's for sure. Hey, it's going to get crazy here at the Roo Pub. You know that. This place is the best place to party.
I'm getting a text.
Oh, my goodness.
I think this is wrong because she is saying they only sell them online.
Oh.
And I'm guessing that this particular person would know.
Well, I know.
Except for...
I know exactly who that is.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm not even going to call her out because she says you can get them on Amazon cheaper. But see, I would think the same thing. Do you buy that in the store or is it better just to come in the discreet box to your house with your Amazon delivery, right? But these were stolen from the store.
Yes.
These were actually on the shelves in the store.
So apparently in California, they actually sell them in the store.
Was the story from California?
I'm sorry, Florida. That was a Florida story. The bikini guy was in California.
Florida makes more sense.
Well, I guess either one is kind of wackadoodle. You know what I mean?
I'm going to send the list to who sent me that text because she would be able to explain what some of these are. Oh, look. And Greg Shelton has found them online.
You can pick up as soon as 7 p.m.
Pick up
in
store.
Yes.
Wow, that's what you're going to get?
And it looks like a cactus, doesn't it? Hey, whatever you're into, I don't know.
Well, it's not green.
Yeah, there's no sprinklers on there either. Oh,
I can only imagine the online targeted ads that Greg Shelton is now going to get on his phone.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yes. Well, interesting.
Record this one.
Yeah, I think we should. By the way,
we'll be back.
we're at the Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road. You need to get down here as well. We've got some bobbleheads we're just going to give you. You don't have to do anything for them. You pick one out, take it home, and it is all yours. Plus, Major League Baseball, the All-Star Game is coming up tonight. No better place to be than the Roo Pub here at 281 and Redland Road. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit NFL. A bunch of guys got rich today. None of them are Cowboys, however. So we'll talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. First, I want to talk to you about Stevens Roofing. I love talking about Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, and, well, absolutely the best in the business. There's no question about that. They do great work, and I know that because, well, they've been in business for a long, long time, and they got a long list of satisfied customers to prove it. It is a great place to call if you need some roof repair. How do you know you need a roof repaired? Well, you probably don't, because I don't think a lot of us go up on our roof to check it out. But Stevens Roofing and Solar will do that for you. All you have to do is give them a call, 210-785-0994, or visit them online at stevensroofing.net. Either way, you can schedule a free, no-obligation roof inspection. They'll go up there, they'll look around, they'll tell you if they see any problems or tell you that everything is okay. Either way, you're going to have that peace of mind that you need and that you want when it comes to your roof. Your largest investment, of course, is your house. You want to make sure that roof is in tip-top shape. Stevens Roofing. Give them a call. Why don't you do it right now? 210-785-0994.
The Morning Huddle.
It makes me wonder if there's people who go, okay, I guess I'm just going to stop alcohol and red meat. Like,
I don't think anybody's ever said
that choice.
They moved to California. It's them.
That's
half the population just moved there. It's the only place you can exist.
Eat water and lettuce the rest of your life? I'd rather die of gout.
You're going to have to live in Berkeley. Okay, there's a space for you up in Berkeley.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hi, Dr. Damaso Oliva Jr. here, candidate for Rayfail 77. I invite you to join us for the 170 Grander Poker Tournament on Saturday, August 2nd. Proudly sponsored by Thomas J. Henry and benefiting the Rayfail 77 Scholarship Fund. We're putting $170,000 on the table, and it could be yours. The top women's and men's finishers each win $50,000. Register now at TexasHold'emSA.com.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
George Gets Justice. The accident wasn't your fault, but now you're facing pain, bills, and uncertainty. You don't have to do it alone. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they listen, explain your options, and fight for what you deserve. No upfront costs, no stress, just real help when you need it. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying for it. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
You know, that Walmart story getting a lot of traction,
Wow.
Jason. I mean, wow. Everybody wants to know what Walmart they need to go to.
Chuck Vans wants to know if they're a great value brand. Others are saying my Walmart only has this or my Walmart only has that.
Unbelievable. And maybe it's just a Florida thing. I don't know. But check out your local Walmart if you're into that stuff.
I mean, Greg Shelton found some. He could pick up at 7. He's driving a white van. I mean, could you imagine Greg Shelton rolling in to pick that up and getting back into the white van?
That is hilarious. Hey, this is the
now I'm getting a text. It's just for those Stone Oak people.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We are live at the Roo Pub. Love being here at the Roo Pub doing the show because, well, it's just a great place to be. Major League Baseball All-Star Game coming up tonight. A great place to watch it. They've got the 3 big screens that you can watch that and whatever else you want, whatever else they have on. So get on down to the Roo Pub. Get yourself a bobblehead. We've got a variety of those. Somebody asked if those vibrate. I guess they do if you bobble the head.
I mean, that would depend on you.
I guess so.
I don't want to know what you do.
How fast you
with
are.
With a Bruce Bochy bobblehead. A lot of dudes getting paid today in the NFL. And the 2 big contracts today do have impact on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs took care of Pro Bowl guard Trey Smith. A 4-year, $94 million deal, 70 guaranteed. His average salary now the highest ever for a guard. I look at that and say that is now the floor for one Tyler Smith, who will be eligible next year. Now, ESPN, because it is list season, they listed Tyler Smith of the Dallas Cowboys number 2 on their interior offensive lineman list that came out a couple of days on the polls they're doing where they talk to coaches, scouts, and personnel. So Tyler Smith, number 2 on that list, only behind the center for Kansas City that got paid. Trey Smith, who got paid today, is number 4 on that list. So somewhere Tyler Smith sees Trey Smith get paid and he smiles because his floor now changes.
Wow. I tell you what, Jerry Jones has got a lot of things to deal with, and it's going to be interesting to see how he makes all of it fit. Obviously, Micah Parsons right now is the main concern, and how do you get that deal done? But boy, I tell you what, it's interesting. Cornerback today was Sauce Gardner becomes the highest paid cornerback in the NFL, surpassing Stingley Jr. of the Houston Texans.
Now, again, now Stingley got most of his guaranteed, so but again, he gets paid. Who else do the Cowboys have coming up soon? DaRon Bland.
Yes.
Now, I don't know that DaRon Bland would pass a Sauce Gardner, but his floor rose today with that deal. And again, we're a couple of weeks away from training camp. It won't be long before we're in Oxnard for our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage. And most of the contract talk is going to be focused on Micah Parsons until that deal is done. But there are others that are going to get paid that Jerry has to get figured out. A Brandon Aubrey comes to mind. A Jake Ferguson comes to mind. And making it all work. And that is the job of the Dallas Cowboys. One of the holdups, though, when it comes to Micah Parsons, might not be Jerry. It might be TJ Watt, because it could be reasonable to think that maybe Micah is waiting to see TJ get paid so that he can then be the highest for a season as opposed to a couple of weeks. If those two guys are waiting to see who signs first, then the other one is going to ask for a little bit more. And there are some reports out that TJ is wanting a lot more. Now, for TJ at 31, isn't he 31?
31.
What he's asking for compared to Micah, who's getting his first big contract, seems kind of crazy. But you look around and you go, okay, could the holdup be here? Because TJ wants 4 of his 5 years fully guaranteed, according to reports.
According to reports, he does. He wants a 5-year contract, 4 years guaranteed, the first 4 at $40 million per. So it's $160 million he wants guaranteed at 31 years of age. And I'm thinking, look, I know he's a great player. He's a very popular Pittsburgh Steeler, but there's no way in hell the Steelers are going to dole out that kind of money for a 31-year-old guy that has some injury issues anyway. It's impossible. So if they're still negotiating, fine, but if that's what TJ Watt wants, there's nobody that's going to pay that guy that kind of money. I just can't even imagine that anybody would. The Pittsburgh Steelers certainly are not. So will he be a Pittsburgh Steeler by the start of the season or not remains to be seen. He's going to have to back off. If those reports are true, there's no way the Steelers are paying that.
I say that, and every time I say no way, a deal ultimately gets done. And
well, if they want to be stupid, then do it.
Well, I mean, again, the agents and the players know what the teams can do, and they know what the rules are, and it can all be figured out. It's like Dak's deal, right? Everybody, oh, that was dumb of the Cowboys to sign that deal, and I don't disagree with that. But I knew it was going to happen, and I knew Jerry had no choice but to pay Dak Prescott because they had not prepared for life after Dak Prescott. If the Dallas Cowboys had drafted a quarterback a couple of years ago that they could develop and have the keys to, that would have been a smarter move. So, for all of you out there that say, oh, Jason wanted Dak's deal to get done, that's not necessarily 100% true. I knew it was going to get done, and the Cowboys had no choice but to do it because they had not prepared for life after Dak Prescott. I look at the Steelers. They have not prepared for life after TJ Watt.
I don't care. He's an edge rusher. He's not a quarterback. There's difference there. They can go find a guy to fill that spot. There's no way. I just in any world, any fantasy land or a real world, that they're going to pay TJ Watt $160 million guaranteed. It's just he's 31 years old. Now, look, if you want to talk about Micah Parsons getting a deal like that, I would say, okay, that sounds like it can happen. The guy's 25 years old. TJ Watt's 31. He's got injury issues. He's had injury issues. And there's no way for him to even come out and say that. And I don't blame him if those reports are true, that's the kind of money that he wants. I don't blame him for putting it out there. And if somebody bites, they bite. But the Steelers, not only would they not do that, they're going to have a hell of a time trading that guy with those kinds of demands.
Well, and again, you look at it and you wonder, will somebody do that? I mean, every time you turn around, You see a deal get done, and you go, how in the hell did that happen? Some deals are done early, like the one we saw yesterday with Garrett Wilson. Sauce Gardner getting taken care of today. The Jets, man, they're spending money left and right for a team that notoriously cheap, but they got new people running it.
They do.
And they're trying to change the way they have done things before and build a future. Now they've got to go find a quarterback. And I do wonder, though, if those are the demands of TJ Watt, are those kind of the demands of Micah Parsons? And that's one of the holdups, because, nobody's going to be able to hold Micah to his word when he said in that interview in December that he doesn't have to be the highest paid. He just wants to get it done. And we all said, his agent's going to say something different. And, early in the offseason, a handshake deal was done. And all we know, maybe a handshake deal is done. Maybe it is done, and Jerry just wants to wait to announce it. Because what you're not hearing is anything from Micah's camp, or the Dallas Cowboys on his contract. Seems awful quiet. And when things are quiet, that's loud. Does that mean they're working on trying to get it done? But when you see something like that from reports that this is what TJ Watt is looking for, could that mean Micah's aware of that? Micah's agent's aware of that. So there's no rush, because let TJ get his so we can get a little bit more.
Well, if he's waiting on TJ, it's just my gut feeling. He's not getting that kind of money. And Micah probably will, because Micah, in my mind, is worth it at 25 versus 31 and no big history of injuries, although he was injured a little bit last year. But still, Micah, that to me is not necessarily unreasonable. TJ Watt, it's a fantasy of his if that's really what he's looking for, and it ain't going to happen. I said it here. What's today? July 15th, 2025. Mark it down. Write it down. Do it.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you, Minix. I know you're a big Texas Longhorn guy. Arch Manning, is he overrated? There are some who think so.
Here we go.
We're talking about it when we continue from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle, the most busy sports day of the year, Rob.
If the Spurs don't sign this one dude, I'm going to be mad. There's nothing else going on.
Well, we'll talk about it all. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under...
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-939-1331. That's 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Football season is coming. Is your home ready for the watch parties? Upgrade your entry game with Romo Door Supply. Tough, stylish doors at prices that score. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com today. That's RomoDoorSupply.com, where home starts strong.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Door Supply, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Love being at the Roo Pub. That's where we're at. That's where you need to be right now. Come on out and join us. Major League Baseball's All-Star Game coming up tonight. You can watch it on the big screen right here. Whatever else you want to watch. There are TVs everywhere you turn in this place. There's not a bad seat in the house anywhere at the Roo Pub here at 281 and Redland Road.
He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. I just saw this on Facebook during the commercial break and showed it to Joe, and he feels attacked. Says,
I'm triggered.
We all know that guy. And it's a meme that says, man shaves 1.7 seconds off of a 4-hour flight by standing up as soon as the plane lands.
Exactly. Well, not when it lands. Once it gets to the gate.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear the little ding.
Uh-huh.
I stand up.
It's a race. It's like beating the GPS time.
But I'm not like cutting in front of anybody. I'm not doing that. I just want to stand up because I've been sitting down for however long.
Yeah.
So you stand up.
Uh-huh.
I'm not one of those bozos that tries to get ahead of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I just stand there.
Bozo.
Yeah.
Bozo.
Well, now, those people are donkeys.
Well, unless they're trying to get to another flight.
No, I get that.
You know,
That's fine.
but you're right. There are people that don't understand the plane etiquette. That was the one thing about traveling during COVID and right after COVID is getting off the plane was a lot easier when everybody just sat until it was about their row and then they could get up and go.
Now, I don't understand why that was easier. I mean, if I stand up and I'm still on my row and I still wait my turn, how does that make you easier if you're 2 rows behind me? It doesn't.
Because other people are trying to get up to get to the overhead compartment.
And I'm at my overhead. I even opened the thing for him, and it's like, here, you need help? I'll help you.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys.
Joe's a helper.
I'm a helper. That's what I do.
Joe's a helper.
And I got to stretch my legs. You know, I got a bad wheel over here on my left leg.
Here we go.
So, you know, it gets kind of tight. So I stand up and stretch.
Start doing stretching, and you're doing lunges in the aisle and knocking people over because they're all standing in the aisle.
No, you know me better than that.
Look,
when have you ever seen me do a lunge?
It's never been on purpose, but I have seen it. Generally, a squeal is involved.
Yes, there's no lunges involved in that. I promise you.
Arch Manning, and I'm deflecting because, you know, there is so much hype around Arch Manning and this Texas Longhorn team. And it's SEC media days, and the hype train, man, it's full speed ahead. It's like one of those bullet trains. It is big time. And the seemingly hype train conductor for Arch Manning is none other than Paul Feinbaum, who normally is the guy that this guy's really not that great, and this coach needs to be fired. And with Arch, it's the complete opposite. It's almost scary because right now, like Jordan Rodgers went after Feinbaum on ESPN, and Jordan is like, right now, where would you rank Arch? 4th, 5th best quarterback in the SEC? And that's probably fair. He comes in with all the hype, but can he live up to the expectation?
Well, according to Jordan Rodgers, the hype train is out of control. And look, I agree with him. And I know there's agreements with Sark and the Manning family and all of that. Quinn Ewers went 7th in the NFL draft.
Okay.
7th in the NFL draft. And Arch couldn't beat him out?
Now, let me ask you this. Just because you went 7th and maybe you're not a great NFL quarterback, that does not mean you are not a great college quarterback. I mean, one of the greatest college quarterbacks that we've seen in recent years is Tim Tebow, who was not a good NFL quarterback. There have been a lot of guys who were really good in college that didn't translate to the NFL. Quinn Ewers, and because Arch was sitting behind him, will never get the full credit for the Longhorn legendary career that he had. He took that team to the playoffs 2 straight years. He battled through injuries. He was a hell of a quarterback on the 40 acres. That does not mean, because he went in the 7th round, he must have sucked. I mean, Quinn Ewers was a hell of a quarterback for the Texas Longhorns, and quite frankly, if Arch wasn't sitting behind him and every Longhorn fan, including myself, wanted to fast forward to Arch Manning, we would be talking about Quinn Ewers' career in the likes of a Colt McCoy or a Major Applewhite. Vince Young a little bit higher because VY actually won a national championship, but he would be in that conversation, not, he was like Chris Sims.
Well, he was more like Chris Sims. The guy couldn't stay healthy. That was his problem. Yeah, the Longhorns, multi-talented team. Look, Quinn was a part of that. He wasn't the reason for it. They had so much talent on that team. They still do. Quinn Ewers, I mean, he was a part of it. I'll give you that. He was a good college quarterback. Couldn't stay healthy, and that affected his draft status this year. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Quinn Ewers was the reason Texas went to 2 playoff appearances in the last 2 years. You can't. He was a part of it.
But he's the quarterback, so you're going to get the quarterbacks get all the credit and all the blame depending on how things are going. And, whether you're and pick your team. You look at a guy like Will Howard, couldn't get it done at Ohio State, transfers to Syracuse, and then Ohio State wins a championship.
Quinn couldn't get it done at Ohio State either.
Well, I mean, I don't think he tried. He just took money and left.
Yeah, right.
But when you look at it, it's unfortunate for Arch Manning that Quinn goes in the 7th round, so that is another negative talking point. But the reality is, Arch, whatever agreements were made, could Arch have played last year? Would it have been pretty all the time? Probably not. Will it be pretty all the time this year?
No.
It's the quarterback position. There's nobody that's flawless when it comes to playing the quarterback position.
Well, here's going to be the issue, because it does start out in a very hostile environment, Ohio State. And all eyes are going to be on one Arch Manning to see how he handles the pressure. Can he handle the pressure? That's the question.
Well, Eli Manning on Get Up this morning gave a very Eli Manning type politically correct answer when talking about Arch handling the pressure.
Well, the good thing about Arch is he's been dealing with this since he was a freshman in high school, and he was a starting quarterback at the same high school that Peyton and I played. And so, he's used to this. It's not like this is a new situation. He's been under this spotlight for the last 7 years of his life. And so, obviously, hey, it's at the next level. Now you're playing college football. You're the starter. I love the fact that he got some starts last season. So he's not going into this first game of the season with your first time starting. So he has some things that he knows he needs to work on this offseason, that, hey, the speed of the game, the coverages, what teams did to prepare for his style of play. So, there's things to look at. There's things to improve on. And I think that's great to have a full offseason to go through those things. Those are things he's grinding on right now. So I think, hey, I'm optimistic. I think he's going to do great. Of course, there's going to be some ups and downs. He's still a young quarterback. It's not going to all be perfect. I think probably the expectations are unattainable of what people think he's just going to come in and just be automatic. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be interceptions, but there's going to be a lot of touchdowns. There'll be a lot of good things. And each week it'll be an opportunity for him to learn something new.
Look, I think Arch Manning's going to be a great college quarterback. I have no reason to doubt that. What I have a problem with is that everybody has already penciled him in as the Heisman Trophy winner. Everybody's already penciled Texas in as the national champion. And there's a lot of road to cover before either one of those two things can happen. And all I'm saying is, and I agree with the ESPN reporter, the hype train is a little bit out of control.
Well, is it because it's Texas? Because every year about this time, there is a Heisman favorite. There's always the Heisman candidate, and that's what he is right now coming into the season. Every year, there's always a team that is the odds-on favorite to win the national championship. And as we see here today, that is the Texas Longhorns. And a big part of that is the expectation for Arch Manning. If you're willing to go to Vegas and put your money on that, that's what they're inviting you to do. Every year, every league, there's a favorite to win all the awards. This year it happens to be Arch Manning. One of the things that I find comical when it comes to the criticism of Arch Manning is he was patient and he waited. How often do we complain about a guy, a freshman or a redshirt freshman, a second-year guy, that will hit the portal in today's world if they don't get the start right away? And then they start and you say they're not ready. Arch Manning has been on the 40 acres. He has practiced. He has studied. And this entire offseason, he has prepared as QB1. He should be better for it, and that should make the Longhorns better. We should applaud that, but instead, people like you or Jordan Rodgers want to rip him down because he hasn't done it yet. Little Joe Burrow couldn't get on the field at Ohio State. Do you think they regret letting him walk out of the building because, as a more mature player, a little bit older, he goes to LSU and lights up the field?
Well, let's just correct the record for just a second. I'm not ripping Arch Manning. I'm ripping the hype train. I'm ripping reporters. I'm ripping Paul Feinbaum, because that adds to the pressure of Arch Manning, who's already got a ton of it because his last name is Manning. He's already got a ton of pressure right there alone. Now that Eli's right. He's been dealing with that his entire life. He's got to live up to that name, because Eli Manning, two-time Super Bowl champion, Peyton Manning, Super Bowl champion. So, these guys, and great quarterbacks. So he's got to live up to that. And anything less than that, he's going to be judged unfairly, in my opinion, but he will be judged that way if he doesn't live up to the hype of those two guys. And I just think it's unfair for national people to come out and say, I mean, look, Arch Manning was supposed to be the next greatest thing before he ever got to Texas.
Well, sure. I mean, one of the highest rated recruits for that matter, Quinn Ewers, when he was coming out of South Lake Carroll, he was the number one quarterback, number one player in the country. Every year there's a number one, and every year you wonder if they're going to make it or not. I find it interesting every year that I've broadcast the All-American Bowl, the quarterbacks come in, how highly rated they are, and you get some that go to college and completely fizzle out, and you get others that certainly live up to the hype in college, like a Trevor Lawrence or a Cade Klubnik. But then I could go back to a Kyle Allen or a Max Brown that I saw play in that game that never materialized what their expectations were. But every year we have that. This year is the spotlight more because it's a Manning, yes, and it's the Texas Longhorns. But if he would have chose Ole Miss, if he would have chose Tennessee, if he would have chose Ohio State, that spotlight would be just as bright.
See, I disagree with that because it's just like playing for the Dallas Cowboys. There's a bigger spotlight on the Texas Longhorns than anybody else in the country. I don't care who it is, whether it's Ohio State, whether it's Alabama, I don't care who it is. The Texas Longhorns are going to get that spotlight. It's going to be brighter in Austin than it will be anywhere else. I guarantee you, and people are going to be watching every move Arch Manning makes. He has a 2 or 3 interception game. Oh, the guy, he sucks.
Yep.
It's going to happen, and he's going to have to deal with it. All I'm saying is, like, I hope the guy is successful. I hope he goes on to an NFL career that is just masterful, Hall of Fame. I really do. I'm rooting for the kid because of the things that you pointed out, that he was patient and his family had a little bit of control over him and what he was going to do. He got offered everything, probably the moon and the stars and the sun from an Ohio State or an Alabama or any other college you can think of, and he stayed at Texas. He stayed patient. I hope he's successful. I'm just saying the amount of pressure that's going to be on this kid week after week after week is going to be enormous. If he comes through it, God bless him. I hope he does, and I hope he's successful. It's just I think a lot of it is just a little bit over the top, and it puts that much more pressure on a guy that's already dealing with an enormous amount.
And again, today, day one, because he's talking at SEC Media Day. So is Sark. We will hear from them coming up in the 4 o'clock hour here on The Blitz.
Outstanding. I can't wait for that, especially Arch Manning. I'm rooting for him. Not tearing him down,
I can tell.
Not tearing him down.
I can tell.
It's the Paul Feinbaums of the world I'm ripping today.
And again, but if there wasn't an Arch Manning, Nussmeier at LSU would be getting all of that. And you know what? When he goes out and throws a couple of interceptions, it's going to be the same thing. You know, Kelly down there hadn't won an opener yet. They open with Clemson. They lose that game. Oh, you know what?
Klubnik's a better quarterback.
Well, I mean, that's the world we live in. And you know, Austin right here, a lot of people listening right now are either Longhorn fans wanting to see him succeed or good portion are Aggie fans hoping that he fails miserably.
No question.
And that makes the sports talk radio world go round.
And I love it. I'm here for it.
Here
at
we
the
go.
Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road. Come see us here. That's where we are. We're going to hear from Arch Manning and Sark coming up in the next hour. Don't miss it. We'll continue here from the Roo Pub. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747. Or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential. Open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. Up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between. License number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons.
Carbach Brewing kicking off the summer with their Music to Your Beer campaign to keep you listeners in San Antonio in a Love Street state of mind. Love Street's got 2 great giveaways going on. Carbach's giving away a custom pair of Love Street Air Force Ones designed by a local artist. Get you stepping into the summer in style. On top of that, you can head down to your favorite watering hole and look for the Love Street Beer Rep. They might be able to hook you up with 2 credits to your Touch Tunes account so you can get the whole bar celebrating summer. You want details on that? Check it out at carbachbrewing.com. And if Love Street's not your thing, that's all right. There's something for everybody in the Carbach lineup. Hopadillo, fantastic IPA. That's their flagship IPA. You can even find the Double Dillo right now. That's Hopadillo Imperial for a limited time, but you can find that out and about in the wild as well. Ziegenbach celebrating the great taste of Texas summer. Chance for listeners to win a grill for their backyard. You can find that online at Carbach Brewing as well. Check them out, guys. carbachbrewing.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In St. 23 while supplies last.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Express News is reporting that SAISD has agreed to sell downtown property, clearing the way for the Mission's new ballpark. Kansas City Chiefs agreed to a deal with guard Trey Smith today. 4 years, $94 million, $70 million guaranteed. Makes him the highest paid guard in the NFL. The Jets paid Sauce Gardner a 4-year, $120 million deal. He's the highest paid corner.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA
Day champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. That's where we are today. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here as well, along with Greg Shelton, and then James Pledger back in the glass box of fun at the studio. But you need to be here at the Roo Pub today. Get ready for the All-Star game tonight.
Paul Skeens will get the start for the National League. Will Livy Dunn get the Taylor Swift treatment? Over under on how many shots of Livy Dunn will we see in the broadcast?
I'm going to go over just because I'm hopeful.
Are you still ordering stuff online?
No.
At Walmart.com?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
I think Shelton is.
Help you get through the baseball game?
No, I don't need toys. I'm okay. And not against anybody that needs toys, but that's fine if you do, and that's cool. And I'm not opposed to it. I'm just saying that I'm okay without those things. Dude, some of the descriptions. If you weren't with us earlier, we had a story out of Florida.
Yeah,
some dude got caught stealing a bunch of sex toys from Walmart.
My first thought was I didn't know Walmart sold that stuff.
Well, I didn't either. And then some of the descriptions, because police listed out everything this dude stole
and the value of it,
and the names of some of these things are just and quite interesting.
Well, you were hoping for pictures.
Well, no, I didn't want any pictures.
Well, no, you needed pictures to go with the names, because how many of those did you go, what is that?
Well, Sheldon showed me one looked like a cactus. I'm just saying. So it was.
Oh, that's what Shelton ordered. He's available for pickup by 7 p.m. at the Walmart at 281 and 1604. Who knew?
Who knew?
You know, Shelton in
idea.
the white van rolling up to Walmart to buy a sex toy tonight.
I guess you have to expand your inventory if you're Walmart to compete with Amazon. Because we heard from a listener earlier that says everything's cheaper on Amazon.
Yes, we did. But you can't pick it up by 7.
Well, it's delivered right to your house.
Yeah, but it depends on what you need it for and when you need it.
Well, that's a good point.
I guess I know what you need it for, but when do you need it by? Right?
That's a good question.
It's really not. It's not.
Well, 7 o'clock, you still got the whole evening to take advantage of your new toys.
I mean, look, the All-Star game will start, and whatever.
If it gets boring.
What do you mean if?
You've got stuff to deal with.
Yeah, there you go.
Or work with. Or whatever, play with. Whatever the case may be. It doesn't make any difference. So
Shelton, please don't do that with your hands right now. No, somebody over there sitting at the Roo Pub looking at us is seeing Shelton with his hands and thinking, what is that guy doing?
And to another woman who likes to be double-fisted.
I mean, there is a reason why, and I've seen this meme, bartenders mix drinks above their shoulder, right? Have you seen that meme on Instagram?
I haven't seen that.
Where
they shake
with their shaker, they do it above, because if they're doing it below the counter, what does that look like, right? So I mean, I do think from the movie Cocktail, there's a reason why they do it above their shoulder to mix drinks.
You know, why do they call it a cocktail? I've always wondered that.
Have you really?
Yes.
I mean, you're in a bar, a great bar at that.
Yes.
With a lot of professional bartenders that might be able to have a real answer for that, because my response is all 5th grade.
Well, exactly. So I just wonder how that name happened to come about for a drink.
ChatGPT could probably give you an answer.
Well, they probably could, but I'm not that interested in it. Do you say I'm going to go home and have a cocktail, or I'm going to go to the Roo Pub and have a cocktail?
No.
Well, you're a beer guy, but you never do that.
I'm a beer guy.
So I can, I'll have a cocktail every now and then. But I never say I'm going to.
Is that what you say?
I'm never. No,
I
never
you say I'm going to have a drink.
I'm going to have a drink.
Yes.
Hey, can I have a cocktail over here? Just. Oh, my goodness. By the way, if you want a cocktail, the Roo Pub is a great place to have one. Come on down here. We've got some bobbleheads that we are just giving you for no reason, just because we're nice people. You just have to come over here and pick out whatever you want, and you can go about your day. We even have some Peagles here. And no, those aren't bought at Walmart, but it is a Peagle. So speaking of juvenile, Alexandra on our YouTube page says we're juvenile. And you're absolutely right, Alexandra.
I mean, that's not breaking news.
Probably never going to change. You too, by the way, can get involved in our YouTube page. Go to YouTube and hit San Antonio Sports Star. Then please like and subscribe our YouTube page.
I'm a little surprised Alexandra is not here at the Roo Pub.
Well, she should be here.
And again, because she has come to a lot of our events, we know Alexandra appreciates the juvenileness in which we do this show and live our lives, because she too would fall into that category.
Well, she's a great sport. Yes.
Well, again, I mean, can't take yourself too serious.
You can't.
Although you talk about taking yourself too serious, somebody's probably going to get fired at the SEC. You know, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Somebody at the SEC meetings has a degree from College Station that's in charge of production. You know, Steve Sarkisian, the head coach of the Texas Longhorns, went to the podium a little while ago, and he got introduced, and this is what happened.
All righty. Welcome. It's always fitting being part of the Southeastern Conference now.
Yeah.
He just let it go.
He let it go.
Dude, I would have said something.
I mean, I'd have stopped. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you're hearing the Aggie hymn. And look, I mean, I know we're here at the Roo Pub, and Chip will play that when the Aggies are playing and when they win. But if I know Chip well enough, if Sark was doing an event here, he wouldn't do that.
Well, I guarantee you every Aggie that heard that is laughing their head off.
Well, sure.
Of course they are. And then the audio person's an Aggie.
It's got to be.
Has to be an Aggie.
I mean, could it be an intern? They type in Texas, and that was the one that came up first?
Wow, I don't know. I mean, that's a big mistake.
I mean, that's production value that we've seen from the ESPN family in Atlanta.
Exactly
the All-Star
right.
or the Home Run Derby last night was a bleep show as far as TV watching goes. You know, they hired camera people that couldn't follow a baseball. And today, let's hear that again, Pledge. Now coming to the stage, Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian.
I'd like to see the look on Sark's face.
Oh, that's great. If you haven't seen the video.
I have not seen it.
Yeah, let's hear coming up
from
Sark and everything he had to say. I mean, just based on what I can tell, 90% Arch Manning questions for Sark.
Oh, absolutely, as it should be. Again, the pressure on that poor kid, it never ends. You need to get down here to the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. That's where we are, broadcasting till 6 o'clock. And then, well, who knows after that? Stick around, have a cold beer or two, a little flight by Yingling. That's in my future. That is for sure. So get on down here and join us as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me brag about my Kinetico quality water softener. If you have one, I know you brag about it as well. It is the absolute best in the business. And if you don't have one, what in the world are you waiting for? You need to get one. Treat yourself, treat your family to the best that there is when it comes to water softeners. That is a Kinetico. It is the most popular water softener on the market. They've been serving San Antonio and South Texas for over 50 years. All their products are made right here in the good old US of A. And what I love about it, besides the soft water, is the fact that you don't plug it in. It runs on kinetic energy. You never plug this thing in, so it's always going to work when you need it to work. That's for sure. The showers feel better. Your dishes come out of the dishwasher cleaner. Your clothes come out of the washing machine cleaner. It just is fantastic. It is the best there is. That's why I love to brag on my Kinetico quality water softener. And right now, they've still got that great deal going on. If you're going to receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they're going to install right there at your kitchen sink. I love that too, because I don't buy bottled water anymore. I just get it right there from my sink. It's the same thing. You don't have to worry about the plastic bottles. None of that stuff. It's right there at your kitchen sink. Plus, they're going to give you $400 trade-in of your old water softener. And how about some free money? 0% interest for 12 months. 0% interest for 12 months. It is one heck of a deal. You need to take advantage of it. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an 8+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Take a swing at picking baseball this season on Underdog. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Underdog is a leading place to make all your sports picks. Millions of fans have won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? It is easy and fun to do. I love playing the pick'em game on Underdog. All you have to do is download the Underdog app and choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. You can choose from things like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and so much more. And you can play for as little as $1. So download the Underdog app. Sign up now with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use my promo code STAR when you sign up at Underdog. Must be 18+ and present in Texas. Terms apply. See UnderdogFantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 21st and 22nd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas.
Details and discounted rooms with promo code BLITZ available online at sasportstar.com.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey. And I'm Josh. And we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick in the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. Dipping them in our sauces, it is perfection.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Team members paid for their testimonials.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we are broadcasting live from the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. And why? Well, because there's a big event happening tonight. Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. Every big event. We are here at the Roo Pub, and you should be here as well. Come on down and see us. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. We got some bobbleheads we're giving you. You don't have to do anything for. You just stand there and look dumb and pick one out. That's all you have to do. Easy enough.
Easy enough.
Perfect.
I mean, Greg Shelton's got 7 of them already.
I keep handing them to him because, he's got that goofy look on his
Fit
face.
the criteria. in a very serious note, but what a cool gesture. As the SEC Media Days are going on, and it's the Texas Longhorn Day, safety Michael Taft wore a tie that was made by a company up there in Austin, but on the tie it has the initials of all the campers and counselors and the director from Camp Mystic who passed away. His part for Hill Country Strong. Very, very cool of him to do that.
No doubt about it. That was a classy move on his part. And again, still the search goes on up there, but if we keep that up and keep the everybody remembering and donating and doing all that kind of stuff, that's a good thing.
And we'll get to Sark and Arch in a moment, but on that topic, Pat Green, who is a good friend of this program, we know that Pat Green's brother, John, his sister-in-law, and their 2 sons died in those floods. And I know when it was first announced and there's all these different benefit concerts going on, I figured Pat would do something. A little surprised it is this quick. Not surprised that it is going to be this big. Tomorrow, Pat Green and Friends, Texas Flood Relief live stream. Now, what I find interesting about this, they're going to do this concert at Globe Life Field, but nobody's going. It will be a ticketless, fanless event. This is one of those made for live streaming and to raise money kind of events because, quite frankly, this would be a cool concert to go
Absolutely.
to. But, but I can understand as quickly as they are putting this together to try to do fans or to spend money on ushers and concessions, they're trying to take all this money and raise it for the relief efforts. But it's Miranda Lambert, John Party, Dierks Bentley, Corey Kent, Casey Donahue, Josh Abbott, Ryan Bingham, Eli Youngband, Joe Nichols, Caitlin Butts, Ty Myers, Kevin Fowler, Bob Schneider, and others that are going to be a part of this.
Hell of a lineup.
It's a hell of a lineup. And I've known Pat for a long time. I can understand how he couldn't get in front of people and sing, but I can also understand, knowing the music community, him playing music with his friends is therapeutic. And it's going to be a live stream and probably a way to donate tomorrow night. Again, and I'm sure Pat will do more, but obviously this is very, very personal to him on so many other levels. I mean, I would imagine Pat would have jumped on, if his family wasn't involved, with the different events that are going on. I saw Rich O'Toole. He's been doing a handful of fundraisers, and there's been several all over. And I know there's a big one Robert O'Keen's doing August 28th up at Whitewater. George Strait's doing one that's already been sold out. But, the Texas country music scene is already responsible for raising millions, and yet so many millions more need to be raised.
Well, I tell you what, going back to Pat Green's benefit concert, that just shows you how loved he is within that community. For all those people to come out and participate like this, that shows that Pat Green is loved within that community, and I think that's fantastic. And what they're doing to give back, and I know they're going to raise a lot of money with this concert that they're going to have. My goodness, I can't wait to watch that.
Well, it is one of those. If you're, however you stream stuff, that does look like one of those concerts everybody's should be watching.
Yes.
And but for the cause, and just knowing how personal it is to Pat, that before he made his announcement, I was getting text messages like, "Hey, Pat's brother was there. They can't find him." And then you realize it was not only his brother but his entire family, his wife, and those two young boys. And this was one of those events here in San Antonio that it feels like you either know somebody or somebody that knows somebody directly.
Yes.
It's very, very personal.
I tell you what, it's just sad. It still remains extremely sad, and will be for a long, long time. This is going to be one of those tough things certainly for those folks to recover from. I can't even imagine the agony that a lot of those folks are going through, but even the rest of us. And I'm in Mexico at a resort. Everybody there saddened by what had happened, no matter what part of the country they were from.
Well, one of the great things after any kind of tragedy, the thing that brings everybody seemingly back together, sports and music.
That's right.
Benefit concert, everybody has fun, a lot of money raised. Sports becomes that great distraction. And, on this show, we do a little bit of all of that. And, the fact that SEC Media Days are going on and a star player wants to make sure that people don't forget, because around here it's tough because it's daily. But the other parts of the country, it was in the news last week, and now, it's out of their news cycle to a degree. We know how that is when we see something on the news happening and they, let's go California wildfires. We saw it. Oh my goodness. And then we go back with our lives here in San Antonio, but out there, they still deal with it. I appreciate an athlete making sure in the SEC footprint that it stays top of mind, and it's not just, the 24-hour news cycle and move on.
Well, exactly. And this is something that people just, especially with all the children that were involved and are no longer with us. I mean, obviously it's sad when anybody passes in a disaster like that, but to have a bunch of children go as well is just, it's heartbreaking, and it rips at you.
As far as the football goes, Sark did talk today. So did Arch Manning. Sark, I don't know. I want to say he was thrown off a little bit about his intro, but if you missed it, when Sark got introed to take the podium, they played the wrong theme music.
Yeah, and not only the wrong theme music, but the arch rival.
The arch rival. But speaking of Arch, Arch said, he's pretty excited about the A&M rivalry being renewed.
Yeah, it was really cool getting to play in that game and be a part of the win. The rivalry, it's cool having it back. That's a real deal atmosphere at A&M, and it's always fun playing them.
Yeah, no doubt. And you get into that, whatever school you go to, there's just kind of a natural sports hatred toward the other.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Now, most of Sark was talking about expectations of this team and his quarterback. And he talked about Arch taking over the starting job.
Well, I think he learned a lot over time, right? And so for Arch, he grew up in this era of seeing high-level football. He's watched Super Bowls. He's watched gold jackets getting put on. He's been to playoff games. He's been recruited at the highest level as the #1 player in the country. He watched Quinn navigate through, the ups and downs of being a starting quarterback at the University of Texas. And I think the one thing that you find out about Arch is, one, he's got a very even keel about him. Two, he's very quick-witted. He's got a great sense of humor about himself, and he's okay to laugh at himself. And I think that that's a great quality to have, because at the end of the day, there's going to be adversity that's going to strike this season. And we all talk about resiliency and grit and all those things that are needed when adversity strikes. But I think some of that resiliency can come from remaining calm. And Arch definitely has that about him. He's a great guy. He's a great teammate. He's got unbelievable work ethic. And I think if he stays true to himself, that's going to help him navigate these waters as they present themselves. And we've got to do a great job of supporting him around him as coaches, as players, and ultimately, I think he's prepared for the moment. But now it's just time for him to go do it and enjoy doing it, quite frankly.
And I think Arch is looking forward to doing it and being the guy and being the starting quarterback. And Sark is right about Arch Manning. Every time you see him, he's very the same level. I mean, he's chill. It seems like a very chill individual who doesn't take anything too personal or doesn't get too high about anything.
Well, and that's one of the things that Arch Manning did say today. He doesn't give a damn about other people's expectations for him.
I'm not really in the business of this is going to sound mean, but like caring what other people think. But, I'm grateful that y'all think that. But I've only played, 2 games, so I got a lot to prove. But, I'm ready to play, though.
I love that. I got a lot to prove. That's outstanding. And that kind of an attitude, I think, if you're worried, a guy like me with all the expectations that are put on him, the pressure that's going to be put on him, you hear that and you hear that attitude, and that makes me feel a little better.
Well, and attitude is everything, and that's a big reason why he decided to stay at Texas.
I think the main thing is because I wanted to be at the University of Texas. There was nowhere else I wanted to be, whether it was the school itself, Austin, my friends, the football program. So as long as I was continuing to get better at football and like where I was at, it was a no-brainer for me to stay.
No-brainer to stay, and I guarantee you, whether that's the case or whether it was a mandate from his family or a little of both, who knows? Because, again, this guy got offers from everybody. He did. You're not starting there. You can start day one here, and not to mention we're going to pay you $1 bazillion.
Well, and I think a big part of that is, aside from football skills, what makes Arch Manning special. And Steve Sarkisian talked about what makes him a not only special player but a special person.
I think he's him. And I say that is he doesn't try to be anything that he's not. He's a great guy. He's got great rapport with his teammates. Incredible work ethic, not only on the football field, but studying the game of football. He's a really good teammate in and around his teammates. He's great for our community. All the while, he's big, he's physical, he's got a great arm. But that combination of he doesn't try to get out of his own skin. He doesn't ever try to be something that he's not. So he's very authentic, and I think that rallies the guys around him because he's a really likable guy. He's relatable to his teammates, and they're a guy that they want to play for. They don't want to just play with them. They want to play for him, and I think that's the ultimate compliment for a quarterback, and the fact that, quarterbacks, one of their main responsibilities is to instill belief in the locker room, belief in the coaching staff, belief in the fan base, and I think Arch has done that for us.
I have no doubt about that, and I think it's absolutely true. What I'm anxious to see, Texas right now has got the most talented team in the country. I would put them up against anybody else as we sit and as we go into this season. So all Arch has got to do is just make sure he gets the football to the right spots and lead this team in the locker room, on the field, make sure that the players are doing what they're supposed to, hold them accountable as they hold him accountable, and I think they'll be just fine.
I mean, personality-wise, he checks all the boxes. He's got to go prove it on the football field, and the opener won't be easy against Ohio State. But when you think about Sark and what Sark has done since he took over, playoffs 2 years in a row, they've yet to win the championship under Sark. Arch is supposed to be that guy. And look, expectations are there. You heard him say, it doesn't matter what you think. It's what do we think in the room? Because as Sark said today, standard at UT, championships.
Obviously, expectations are high for our program. I'm not naive to that. I don't put my head in the sand, and expectations are very high. But I'll also say we're the University of Texas, and the standard is a standard here, and that's competing for championships year in and year out. And it didn't matter when we were in the previous conference. It didn't matter. Now that we're in the SEC, it is what it is. But I think there's one thing that's important for us. It's not what other people think about us. It's not what other people say about us. It's about what we do, and that's taking action and doing things the right way.
Look, Sark knows. I mean, yeah, they got to the playoffs, but they didn't get over the hump.
Yep.
And they haven't gotten over the hump. And at the University of Texas, that is the standard. He's absolutely right. And if he continues to not get over the hump, he knows he's not going to have a job very long.
You know, and I don't think he's on the hot seat this year.
No, of course not.
But at some point, taking that next step. But they're constantly competing for championships. Every coach will talk about their goal is to go win a championship. You hear that from Lane Kiffin. You hear that from Kirby Smart. You hear that from all of them. You're going to hear that from Elko. You know, nobody is saying, man, I hope we have a good season and get bowl eligible, unless you know who you are. But this year, it is different. In this world, the current climate of college football with NIL, that is completely different. And, you know, in this new era, recruiting the right guy, dealing with NIL, I mean, that's a new full-time job for Sark and his staff.
But we've also got to continue to develop our players as they grow, and make sure that our players aren't doing this for the idea of money. And I think sometimes, quite frankly, I think it hurts us a little bit in recruiting, in the fact that when kids come on our campus, one of the first things we do, we don't talk about NIL. We don't talk about NIL or revenue sharing or publicity rights until the very end. And that may hurt us on some kids, but if a kid is coming to Texas for that reason, we don't want them anyway. You know, we want kids that want to be at the University of Texas because of the school, the coaches, the team, the culture, all those things that go into it. And, oh, by the way, you can get publicity rights or revenue share, so on and so forth. If you're coming for the other reason, he's probably going to be the guy in 18 months that's back in the portal going somewhere else where they're going to offer him more money. Because I can't offer every player the most money that he might get offered from another school. It just doesn't work like that anymore.
But you can't be naive about it either. I mean, there could be those players out there that are the best in high school. They're the 5-star recruits, and that is their main concern, is how much money can I make? And that's unfortunate right now. There are players, though, that say, hey, I want to play football at Texas. I want to play football at UTSA. There are those guys, but there are those other guys that is their main concern.
I wonder if you've done any homework as a player when you're going to see Sark and you're going to visit. You don't have to say this is the number before I show up in Austin, because you feel like once I get there and make the impression, the money is going to be there. Other schools might have to entice you with dollars in order to get you on a plane. And I think that might be the difference of what's going on and I'm just speculating, but let's say, you know, if you are going to Austin where, you know, they line up the Lambos and they do all this, you know, the money's there, so you don't have to ask right away. But I look at what they've done in Lubbock, Cody Campbell, the recruits they've gotten, they're offered money before they get on a plane and show up in Lubbock and go, you know what, Lubbock isn't bad. It's changed. I think that's the difference of where programs are now. That might not always be the case. And this year is off because Sark even said, you know, with a cap coming, changing and managing a roster is going to become even more complicated.
We're trying to build a roster that is one that can withstand the test of time. And we never wanted to come here and be a one-year wonder team and then the next year be not very good. So we're trying to be sustainable for a long period of time. I think that's what good programs do. And so managing that takes a lot into account. It takes a lot into ultimately the production of players. Are they performing? Right. And you know, we've created this environment that this is a production-based business in sport. And so are players producing? 1, 2, do they uphold the standards of the organization off the field? And if not, then that could be a factor. 3, we got to retain those players, because as much as we've built a really good roster, I promise you other schools are trying to hire our players off of our roster to get them to transfer. And our players are very transparent with me about that. And then the 4th piece is then we're trying to recruit to our roster. And so you only have so much money to go around. You got to be mindful of that. And you just don't want to be reckless with what you do. And now more than ever with a cap in place, you really have to be effective and efficient, and you have to make sure that you're filling your needs on your roster with high-level people when you know another high-level person is leaving, and or is this a depth move? And so,
yeah, I tell you what, I don't know how they do it. Honestly, I don't know how some of these coaches do it. Now, with Sark, he's probably got a lot of help. Jeff Traylor, you know how involved he is in just that day-to-day, battle to make sure players are happy. So it just depends on where you're at. Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, those teams don't have to worry about that. They've got the money, and they're going to have the players. It's the other schools, you're right. They're going to have to do a better sales job than a lot of these guys are. I'm happy to hear Sark say that, though, that, look, if you're coming here for money, maybe this is not the right place for you.
I hear that from so many coaches and think, well, you're lying, right? You have to, although they got a big 5-star recruit today. That is a huge get for Sark.
Yep.
Even if they're playing the Aggie Warham when he's taking the podium.
Dude, somebody's got to get spanked for that. Somebody has to get spanked for that. Unbelievable. The war hymn for Sark's introduction. Aggies, have fun with that. You deserve it.
Oh, they will.
It's okay. Have a little fun with that, no doubt. We're going to switch gears and talk San Antonio Spurs. Those summer leaguers are pretty darn good, and they're making a case. Well, to win the damn thing, huh?
Well, they might.
They might.
Yeah, Minix with the game winner last night.
Minix, Jason's nephew, hits the game winner last night. We'll hear from him. We'll talk Spurs basketball when we return live from the Roo Pub here at 281 in Redland Road. It says 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're dealing with any issues at your house with your plumbing or your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A+ ranking with the Better Business Bureau. Could be a major issue. Could be, an issue like I had at the house a couple weeks ago when the water heater was out. Had to get a little piece fixed, and they were out there. They got it done in a hurry. Great maintenance programs as well to prevent major stuff from happening. So call Quartermoon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump Day on the Morning Huddle, the most busy sports day of the year, Rob.
If the Spurs don't sign this one dude, I'm going to be mad. There's nothing else going on. Well, we'll talk about it all. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glowing Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting.
You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ziprecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
1.9 left in overtime. Minix on the baseline to fade away.
We saw a game-time dunk with 2 seconds left in OT. We see the game-winning fadeaway. 5 minutes for the San Antonio Spurs. What a ball game. They're going to put that under review, but Brendan, that was good. Bucket good, game over.
Riley Minix, Jason's nephew, hits the game winner.
He's close to earning that extra N.
And we're live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You need to get down here and have some fun. You can pick out a bobblehead. We've got plenty of those. Ben is here. Not only did he pick out a bobblehead, Jason, he has a cocktail.
He does have a cocktail.
He does.
Yes.
Did you look that up?
I did.
You don't want to mention it?
Look, I mean, you asked earlier.
It has nothing to do with anything nasty.
No. I mean, but how did they come up with the name cocktail?
Yes.
And if you Google, how did they come up with the name cocktail? According to AI, the name cocktail for mixed alcoholic drinks likely originated from a combination of factors, including a French word for egg cup and the practice of cocking or perking up horses. One theory suggests the word evolved from the French cockatier, an egg cup, which was used in New Orleans to serve a brandy-based drink with bitters. Another theory links the practice to gingering horses, where ginger was used to make a horse's tail stand up, and the term cocktail was used to describe the practice of spicing up a drink.
There's a lot of activity with horses here.
That's what I wasn't going to go there.
You got a cockatier.
I've never heard of gingering a horse, but then again, when I go to Retama Park, I'm generally just up there at the betting window or the bar.
Oh, yeah, and what was it, cocking?
Gingering.
Oh, gingering. Okay, now I don't know. Jacob Eric on our YouTube page asked the same question, cocking with a question mark.
Now, what makes a drink a cocktail? It's a mixed alcoholic drink consisting of a base spirit like vodka, gin, or whiskey combined with other ingredients. So if it's not mixed, it's not a cocktail. It's just a drink.
It's just straight. Like if you're drinking straight, I don't know, whiskey, that's not a cocktail.
No, by definition, it's got to be mixed.
You know, the things you folks learn on this show is amazing to me because you probably asked the same question. Joe, Jason, why do they call it a cocktail?
Well,
we're here to help.
What I'm very curious about is mixed drink, usually alcoholic. Now, mocktails would be non-alcoholic, but can a cocktail be non-alcoholic? Isn't that what a mocktail is?
Now, a cocktail can't be. Cocktail's got to be alcoholic.
It does usually alcoholic.
Usually.
Yeah. But I always thought if it was non-alcoholic, we called that a mocktail.
Well, that's what I saw something today that kind of piqued my interest. Taco Bell is now serving mocktails. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they're serving, but I saw that, and I thought, interesting. Not only that, they serve chicken strips, too. I don't understand where the world's going. It's Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Not chicken strip Bell or mocktail Bell.
Now, I can't believe you, Joe Reinagel, a man that's been on this planet for more than 60 years, are going to disparage Taco Bell for selling chicken strips when you choose to buy tacos from Dairy Queen.
Well, I mean, that's a natural.
A natural.
That's a natural.
It's Dairy Queen.
It's Dairy Queen.
It's Dairy Queen.
So
it's a belt buster or steak finger.
Well, according to the name, it should just be ice cream or milk products. I'm just saying.
I mean, can you get a chicken sandwich at a burger spot?
Sure.
Okay.
But see, people, that's business.
I mean, Longhorn Cafe. And I learned this from you, and I give you credit for this. To me, Longhorn Cafe, forever, even though I see their menu, I always got the Big Juicy. That's a great burger. One of the best burgers in town. You told me, dude, you got to get the chicken fried steak there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Longhorn Cafe for chicken fried steak. Although, then I learned that's a damn good chicken fried steak at Longhorn Cafe.
It's outstanding.
Right?
Yes.
So now that's one of my go-to spots for a chicken fried steak. So maybe the people at Taco Bell have discovered that, you know what? They can do chicken as well. And isn't Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken kind of owned by the same people?
Well, I don't know if they are, but a lot of times you'll see them side by side, right? Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco Bell.
They share a kitchen, right? So, I mean, but yeah, I do think you can go and you can get chicken or tacos, Taco Bell at the KFC Taco Bell. I think they're all under what is called the Yum brands, right?
The Yum brands.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never heard of that?
I haven't.
I mean, because there's an arena in Louisville called the Yum Brands Arena.
Really?
That's where they're based out of.
Wow,
I've learned things. It might still be, or a variety of all those companies that are owned, but a lot of times you see a Taco Bell and a KFC together.
You do.
So it makes sense that it would be on the same menu.
Now I wonder if their chicken strips taste like KFC.
Well, they're probably KFC strips.
Well, I don't know, but the Taco Bell that we frequent from time to time is not attached to a KFC.
Can you get chicken there?
I've never ordered chicken there because if I'm going there, I'm probably getting a burrito.
Yeah.
I like their burritos.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a variety of those.
Uh-huh.
So I enjoy those. So I don't know.
Are you sure?
Maybe they put a chicken strip in a burrito.
I mean, you could.
Maybe.
I mean, that'd just be a chicken strip wrap, right?
Exactly.
I mean, Popeye's chicken, and they did away with it, which bothers me. They used to do a chicken strip wrap with the red beans and rice in it. That was fantastic.
That sounds.
And they did away with that.
Why would they do that?
Well, I mean, apparently not enough people bought them.
Well,
but also Popeyes, I think at most locations, but they sell fried shrimp. That's never made sense to me. Although the breading and they got a deep fryer, so why not?
Well, it's Louisiana.
Yes,
you can do fried shrimp. That makes sense.
But it doesn't say Popeyes chicken and shrimp on the sign.
It doesn't. But it's Louisiana, so they're all bringing it in.
Taco Bell and tacos and chicken strips.
What?
It makes all the sense to me. I mean, you ever got egg rolls at Jack in the Box?
No.
Well, you should. They're good egg rolls.
Are they?
Well, I mean, everything at Jack in the Box is good after midnight.
Well, of course, when you can't really taste it and you're just hungry as hell. I'm not a big fan of egg rolls anyway.
Well,
I mean, every
what's
now
wrong
and
with
then.
you?
Every now and then, if I go to Chinese food, I'll get an egg roll.
Well, of course, it comes with.
Well, it does.
I mean, you can't have Chinese food and not have an egg roll or a fortune cookie.
I don't eat Chinese food much.
Well, you should.
No.
Well, what do you mean, no?
I just don't. I mean, it's not my go-to. If I'm, if every now and then, and make Maggie happy because she likes Chinese food. So
you're taking one for the team.
Well,
to have,
of course,
to get beef and broccoli with no broccoli.
Isn't that what we do as husbands? You take one for the team every now and then.
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Well, you take it every day.
4:53. I'm guessing Maggie's on her way home and probably listening. So you're trying to be that guy.
No, I know where Maggie is, and she's not listening to the radio, so I'm good to go.
So my friend Brian Carson wants to know, how do you go to Taco Bell and get a burrito? It's not called Burrito Bell. It's called Taco Bell.
All right, that's not.
If you're just going to go with what the sign says, good call, Brian Carson.
No,
how do you go there and get a burrito? It's not called the Burrito Bell.
Dude, but it's all Mexican food. It's kind of like Popeyes. It's all Louisiana.
I mean, again, you said it's not in their name. How do they have it? And I think Brian is right for calling you out on this because he is right. It's not called the Burrito Bell. It's called Taco Bell.
Chicken strips are about as far away from Mexican food as you can get. So how do those two go together?
Have you never had chicken fajitas before?
I've had that.
So chicken is a part of Mexican food.
But it's not chicken.
Yeah, pollo asadas.
I used to get pissed at my kids. We go to a Mexican food place, they'd order a damn cheeseburger.
Why was a cheeseburger on the menu?
What the hell's going on?
Because people can get what they want.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, you have a variety of menu items. Maybe the chicken strips are on there because you roll in there with in your case, say the grandkids who don't want a burrito from the taco spot, but they'll eat chicken strips.
Yeah, most of my grandkids don't eat regular food yet. Some do, but most are still that.
All right. They might have mashed potatoes on the menu, so you can get your crunchy taco and your burrito and get them some mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because they can eat that.
KFC has great mashed potatoes and gravy.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Great Spurs segment. That was incredible.
Riley Minix with the game winner last night. Absolutely. The nephew's about to earn that extra N.
I bet he didn't go to Taco Bell to celebrate either and get chicken strips, for goodness sake.
I mean, he might have.
Yeah, you can come to the Roo Pub and get whatever you want. They've got a variety of great food on the menu, including fried shrimp.
They don't have tacos here.
They don't?
They don't say you can get whatever you want.
Well, you get a wrap. It's kind of a taco-like.
A burger, a taco-like.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're the guy that gets pissed on Taco Tuesday about what isn't a taco. So now you're going to say that's taco-like?
Well, it's a wrap.
Oh, it's a wrap, not a taco.
Not a taco. It's more like a burrito than a taco.
It's not like a burrito. There's no rice and beans in it.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. This is... just come to the Roo Pub because that's where we are.
Yeah,
we're going to be broadcasting for another hour. We do have bobbleheads and peagles.
What's a peagle?
What is a peagle? We have one here.
We got two.
Ben refused to take, so that might tell you everything you need to know about a peagle.
You want to know why Ben said he didn't want the peagle?
Why did he say that?
Now, Ben is a lovely single man at this point in his life.
Right.
And he spends a lot of time at Picks. He'll say for the bands, but we all know why you go to Picks when you're a man of Ben's age.
Yes.
And he's worried that, on nights when things go well and he has company at his house after a night out at Picks, that she would see the peagle on the mantle and get scared, and that would kill the mood.
Oh, she'd think Ben's weird as hell.
I mean, she's going to find out sooner or later.
Well, I guess so. That's true. That's why he's a single man.
But Ben's hoping it's later, not sooner.
Doesn't matter. I mean, just give him 5 minutes, and then she can take whatever she wants.
5 minutes?
That's a long time in it for Ben. Just come to the Roo Pub.
Eject.
Will you do
Go
that?
to break.
Come to the Roo
Play a
Pub.
commercial
281 in Redland Road. That's where we are. Processor 6. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hello. We've been trying to track you down. I don't know if you noticed that. Do you have any idea why?
Something to do with a radio thing.
Every month we're doing a giveaway. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Giveaway? What you giving away, man?
$25,000.
Alex Jackson of Pensacola, Florida is the latest winner of Give Me the Vin's Big Cash Giveaway.
Are you for real?
Every time that you sell a car to Give Me the Vin, you go into a drawing for that month. And dude, you won.
That's great, man. I'm having a baby boy in about 3 months. That's a lot of diapers, man.
Name him John Clay.
Okay.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the GPS directions first before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit JoeGomezLaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, tonight is a Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The league's best take the field in Atlanta at Truist Field. You can catch it all on San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6 o'clock with the pregame. First pitch is set for 7 o'clock. UTSA fans, mark your calendars. UTSA Football Fan Day is set for Saturday, August 16th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Convocation Center. Admission is free. Jeff Traylor will address the crowd.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylow.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And things just get wild at the Roo Pub because that's
not
where
wild. That's
we are.
weird.
Weird too. I mean, hey, Pledge. We talked about him at the Roo Pub yesterday. There are weird stories all over the place. You want to be a part of it? Make your way here. Point your car. You're getting off work at 5 o'clock. 281 in Redland Road. That's where we're at. Broadcasting till 6 o'clock, but I imagine there's a cold beer or two in our future. I'm Joe Reinagel.
Yes.
That's Jason Minix. Greg Shelton, looking weird.
Now, have you watched the E60 that just came out on Jim Abbott?
I have not.
It is fantastic. It is extremely well done.
That's a one-arm pitcher, right?
Yes. Well, he's got one hand.
One hand.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
And it is so well done. I mean, you kind of know the story, but you don't know the story and the impact that guy made on people that have some sort of disability like that.
He was damn good, I'll tell you.
He was.
Yes.
But it well done. I highly recommend you go watch that.
All right, I will.
Greg Shelton was just trying to fix some technical stuff here. And you realize how important two hands are.
Yes.
Now, maybe I'm just thinking of it a little bit more because I just watched that the other day. And but Greg Shelton, Greg, can you hand me your glasses for a second? Because I didn't know glasses could do this. Now, are these glasses or are they readers? If you're watching on YouTube, we'll demonstrate. Are these readers? Right? So why'd you need these to? Never mind. But Greg's readers. Now, most of the time they look normal. Now, I've worked with Greg a long time. I don't know that I've ever seen this before, but he keeps a little strap on them, so they're always there. But they pull apart. I had no idea. There's like a magnet there, and they pull apart. Very fancy. Now, Greg Shelton's also a guy that has a flashlight that attaches to his hat. So, I mean, he's got all the MacGyver stuff. But his glasses apparently were not connected. And with one hand, he was trying to get them connected, and he could not do it. He could not get his glasses to attach so he could see the clock that's in front of us. And
they were all wonky.
And then all of a sudden, he had a glass on top of his hat and one under his chin, and like, what the hell are you doing, man?
He was struggling, man. He was struggling.
Honestly, I don't know that I ever noticed that his glasses
pull apart
like that.
I've seen those before. Some people have, not necessarily with a strap like that, but you pull them apart or stick them in your whatever.
I mean, we just saw that. I mean, Greg Shelton is the guy that bitches about Apple iPods because he wants a cord attached to him, which we used to have until they went wireless earbuds, right?
I still have wireless earbuds or wire.
Well, so do I, because if it falls out a year, I'm not gonna track it down on the floor, right? But
right.
But you would think a guy that has had those glasses forever, and most of the time they're just hanging out on the end of his nose. I didn't realize that they detached in the middle. As a guy that wears glasses, I'm pretty fascinated by that. Hey, that's kind of cool.
What is kind of? You got to get some of those.
Well, no.
Well, why not?
Well, because I have to wear glasses all the time. So I don't get to choose when I need them. I always need them.
I think you'd look great. You pull those apart, hang them around your neck. You can put your other glasses on. You look like one of those nerds.
Are you saying that Greg Shelton looks like a nerd?
Well, if the shoe fits, all right.
Did you not see those glasses? He's got a little deal. He used to have a little deal that he saw on Shark Tank, where he used to hang his glasses. It was a magnetic clip that he would put on all his shirts, and that's where his glasses would stay. That apparently was before he found these fancy magnet glasses that split at the nose.
Outstanding. I tell you, he's got all the gadgets.
He probably bought those at Walmart with other items.
For his little deal. Holy cow.
It's Tuesday, huh?
It is only Tuesday, yes, but we're having a good time out at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. And I tell you what, I love this place. It's filling up. I don't know, it's happy hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's happy hour here at the Roo Pub. People are enjoying that. Ben's got a cocktail. Several other people do as well. A lot of cold beer being drank as well. Everybody's here but you. If you're not here, you should be. Come on down. Join us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Steak night tomorrow night.
Yes.
All-star game tonight.
Yes.
Cold beer.
Free.
Cocktails.
Every night.
Whatever you need.
Yeah. Every night they
Absolutely.
have those.
Bobbleheads.
Well, not every night. That's a one-time thing. You got about, 50 minutes or so to get down here and get one of those because we put them out for free. We got 2 Peagles and some bobbleheads. And all you have to do is come here and stand there and look goofy, and you can have one, whatever you want.
Just look goofy.
Just look goofy.
Can you top Greg Shelton?
Actually,
we'll make this easy. If you think you are less goofy than Greg, you will win.
Okay. Well, I've seen some of our listeners.
Ben just left.
It's not Rico, it's Frico.
Actually, he didn't leave. He went to get another drink.
He's getting another cocktail. Yeah. You think Riley Minix had a cocktail last night?
I hope so. I hope he celebrated. Dude had a game winner last night. Spurs stay undefeated in summer league play with that game winner. And the fact that Utah got a dunk right before that, and they felt like they had won the game at that point.
It was a nice dunk, too. You got to
It was.
Admit.
I mean, now, I only really watched the ending because I was watching the home run derby till its end, then flipped over and saw the best part. So I didn't see the first half when Dylan Harper struggled. I saw the parts of the second half where, he played better, made some shots, but Riley Minix, a game winner, and that's the beauty of summer league, because you can practice end of game situations all you want, but you've got to in the moment. And in summer league, you never know if you're going to have good games or you're going to have blowouts. But even the summer league head coach Mike Noy said, that play wasn't exactly designed for old Riley Minix.
We ran that one in training camp. We haven't been in too many close games where we had to use it. And the guys, I maybe remembered it, maybe didn't. The initial play, I think it was Carter coming off or Dylan coming off. Harrison Ingram made a terrific pass. We did not have any timeouts, so we have to get the ball in, and Riley did the rest.
Yeah, it's interesting. Riley Minix said he was the third option on that play.
Yeah, this is Riley Minix talking about that game-winning play.
We drew up a play. I was saying it on the court. First look was for Carter for a lob. Second look for Dylan coming off a pin down. And I told Harrison before the play, I was like, if it's too crowded, nothing's open, find me in the corner, I'll get open. And it was a little crowded, nothing was open, and he found me, and I put a shot up, and it went in. So,
yeah,
dude, I tell you what, just to get that shot off was amazing, and then to make it is the cherry on top. But I mean, he was guarded very well.
But from a coaching standpoint, Harrison Ingram making the right decision, knowing he didn't have a timeout, right? And
what, 1.7 on the clock,
and for for Riley, who summer league, a little bit more veteran than a lot of those other guys. Harrison Ingram, second guy. Hey, man, don't forget, I know the plays for them, but if it's crowded there, send it to me. The competitiveness and wanting to win that you could see from this group of summer leaguers. I know they're all there, and we look at summer league as how, but for them, they're playing for their jobs. And
a lot of them are, yeah.
And so, one, credit Harrison Ingram for making the right play. Drawn up, but if it's not there, don't be afraid to go somewhere else, even though the play was not, you're basically going third option in a split second. You got to read the basketball IQ that we saw all around last night on that Spurs game-winning play.
Well, and I love it. And going back to Riley Minix, to know that as soon as he caught that ball, he had to get it off. With 1.7 seconds, and he turned and gave himself just enough room, got the shot off, and he made it. I don't know if he makes that thing 10 times. Does he make it 8, 7, 6? I don't know. But it was a hell of a shot, came at the right time, and it was perfect, and it ripped the hearts out of the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Because they thought they had the game in the bag with the dunk right before. So great play all the way around by the Spurs. 3-0. They'll take on the Charlotte Hornets on Thursday, who, by the way, are also 3-0. So a big game for the Spurs Summer Leaguers. And it will be interesting to see if Dylan Harper plays. Will he play or will he get shut down? The Mavericks have already shut down Cooper Flagg for the summer. The Spurs shut down Wemby, his first summer league, after 2 games. So interesting stuff, and all of that, remains to be seen. What I love about the season coming up, Jason, and really with these guys, with the Dylan Harpers, the Carter Bryants, the Riley Minix, maybe he gets and then the Chupacabra. How does Mitch Johnson use all these guys? Do they all go to Austin? I don't think Dylan Harper will, but do the rest go to Austin? Do they trickle in and come in a time or two? It's going to be very interesting to see how Mitch Johnson handles this bunch.
Well, you look at the Chupacabra, David Jones-Garcia, led the team in scoring yet again off the bench. He's got to be in line for, at the very least, a 2-way. And he's eligible to sign with any team in the NBA.
That's right.
So, but the way he has played and Mike Noyes talked about what he offers and the showing that he has had so far in Summer League action.
I'm a little biased here. I have not watched much Summer League outside of the teams we've played. To me, he's the best player in Summer League. He has been phenomenal. What he brings off the bench now, he took a backseat, but he had no problem with it. He said, I'll do whatever's best for the team. And whatever contract he gets coming out of Summer League, he deserves every penny of it. He's been terrific.
That's high praise, the best player in Summer League.
Yep.
Because you're talking about, better than Dylan Harper, better than Carter Bryant. And I'm just saying, and obviously, but with the players that are there, better than Bronny James. Are you kidding me?
Better than Cooper Flagg.
Better than Cooper Flagg.
Honestly, he made the and this will make you laugh because you were in Mexico, but he made the California part all Summer League team. Now, I don't know what you get for that, a certificate that you can put on the fridge, or I don't know if there's bonus money.
Chicken strips at Taco Bell.
Any of it's possible. But he could actually end up, if they have such a thing, and if there is an all-California Summer League team, I'm guessing there's a Vegas all-Summer League team.
I'm sure there is.
Maybe even an MVP, and he has earned it. He has played that well. Maybe he's just a Summer League legend, but at the very least, the Spurs have a 2-way contract open. It looks like he has played that part. He has done everything that he can do to say he belongs in the NBA. Now, there's a reason he was picked up by the Spurs Summer Leaguers, so there is some talent there, a bit of a project. Let's see what we have. But you hear your coach saying that, he's got to be relaying all that to Brian Wright. But the numbers don't lie. The situations don't lie. Guy is a baller.
He's definitely a baller. And if not with the Spurs, he's piqued somebody else's attention. There's no doubt about it. I just got to say this, though. As I'm looking through ESPN today, the headline, Bronny scores 17 points in the Lakers' loss. Not the guy that had the most for the winning team. Bronny had 17 in the Lakers' loss.
Bronny has earned it.
I think Bronny scoring 17 in a game is worthy of the biggest font headline you can come up with. Dude scored 17 points.
Lakers lost the game.
It doesn't matter. Bronny scored 17.
He gets the headline, not the players on the other team. I think they played the Clippers. I don't know who they play.
Well, see, you didn't read the game story, did you?
No.
You just saw the headline and said,
well, why would you put that on there?
Well,
are people that interested in Bronny James?
Would you have read the article if it said, Clippers beat the Lakers?
Well, I didn't read it anyway. So
would you have remembered the headline? Did you know that the Clippers were playing the Lakers yesterday?
I had no clue.
Exactly.
No clue.
Bronny has earned it.
But
Bronny has earned it.
You're a Bronny fan. I guess you know that. Bronny scores 17 in Lakers loss. Oh, wow.
This man is in his feelings. I wonder why.
Because of Bronny. All right, that's enough.
You sure?
Well, for now.
You sure?
For now. I just don't know who writes these damn headlines. It's crazy.
People that know how to generate clicks.
And piss me off.
Well, that's easy to do.
Well, sometimes
it's easy to do.
Sometimes it is. That's for sure. You know, a lot of people got paid a lot of money, and I wish I was an NFL football player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. They got paid a lot of money, and it could cause some issues for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll tell you about it when we continue. Here from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Come hang out with us here at the Roo Pub. Great place to come watch the All-Star Game tonight. And if you want to make the All-Star Game a little bit more exciting, make sure you're playing the Pick'em game on Underdog. You can take a swing at picking baseball all season with the Pick'em game from Underdog. One of the leading places to make all your sports picks. You can play in Texas. You can play for as little as $1. And all you have to do to build your Pick'em entry is choose and look at stats and choose higher or lower on the predicted stats. It is that easy. I mentioned you can play for as little as $1 and win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the Underdog app. Sign up now. Use my promo code STAR when you do to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use promo code STAR at Underdog.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The Morning Huddle.
Before they were U2, what were they?
He was In Excess.
In Excess.
He was Michael Hutchins, and then he became.
Not only did they not play anything other than hits, they played some of the hits twice.
Yes, they opened and it's legit. I've never seen a band open and close with the same song.
I said they're playing the same song again, dude.
Well, the Alzheimer crowd.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Join the Blitz live this Thursday at Lion and Rose at the Dominion for the Harley-Davidson Javelina Bike Night with food, drinks, vendors, and giveaways. That's this Thursday, starting at 2 at Lion and Rose Dominion, just off I-10 after the Dominion exit.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website at lawyerforus.com.
Live from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. And, boy, the place is starting to fill up, Jason. As always about this time of day, people getting off work, coming out here to enjoy the happy hour and get a good seat for tonight's Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Again, the All-Star Game, if you're not here at the Roo watching, you can listen to it here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I can promise you, based on what we saw last night at the All-Star Game, the radio production value far greater than that of the TV side of things.
Wow, that was pretty bad, wasn't it? That
was awful.
Oh my gosh, the home run derby. Is anybody a fan of that? I'd love to see the ratings last night.
I mean, you look at when they do it. There's nothing else going on, right?
Well, true.
I mean, you think about tomorrow. It used to be, and now there's some WNBA, the one day of the year on the calendar that there were no sports, which is why the ESPYs are on Wednesday night. But there is some WNBA. But yeah, tomorrow is one of those days. But I watched. I was angry watching, but I like the format, the dumper storyline. I ended up watching the whole damn thing.
Well, you had money on it. All right, be honest. It wasn't because you were interested in Dumper. You just wanted him to win because you bet on him.
Well, that's true.
There you go.
I mean, but I watched. Whatever the reason was, I watched.
That's why a lot of people now will watch sports, even if they're not interested in a particular team or whatever, because they have money on it. I've watched a number of games I probably never would have watched, but I had a bet on the game.
That's why sports is what it is. And again, you could win a bet and make a little bit of money because, our days of getting ridiculous contracts in pro sports long sailed if there was ever a shot. And you look at today, 2 major contracts signed today, both will impact the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Because it always comes back to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I imagine there's other sports stations across the country that are looking at those contracts and saying, all right, well, what does this mean for our guy? But when you look at the contract signed today, especially the one in Kansas City by their guard, and who is now the highest paid guard
Trey Smith.
in the NFL, Trey Smith gets signed. Well, Tyler Smith is eligible for a new deal next year. He's got a new floor because you look at Trey Smith of the Chiefs, 4 years, $94 million, $70 million guaranteed. Trey Smith on the ESPN rankings, because it's list ranking season, all the ESPN scouts, coaches, GMs put this together, right? Trey Smith is ranked number 4 on the interior offensive line list that came out a couple of days. The Cowboys' Tyler Smith is ranked number 2. So you're going to have, and again, this is a credit to the Cowboys drafting.
Yep.
All the things you want to say about the Dallas Cowboys, they have drafted well. So you've got the highest paid quarterback, at least right now. That will change. Your wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb. Micah Parsons is about to get top of the market money, and Tyler Smith is going to be eligible next year. But when you've got an offensive line that features 3 first-round picks, you know at some point that's going to be a really expensive group.
Well, there's no question about it. And it gives Tyler Smith good incentive going into this year to play well, so he can have that leverage when he gets out. I'm just glad the streak won't end. And we had Dak, we had CD, we got Micah. Next year we'll have Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the streak will not end. And then also next year, you're looking at a Jake Ferguson. Are they going to keep him or will they let him walk? That would not surprise me. As much as I like that guy, it would not surprise me. You can find tight ends. Deron Bland is another guy. What do they do with him who's going to be needing an extension? And today, some more news affects him.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner gets a major deal today. The Jets are just rolling out a lot of money over the last couple of days. But I look at Deron Bland. Do I think he resets the market? No. But does he have a new neighborhood that he could be looking at? And does that price Deron Bland out of a Cowboys uniform if he hits the free agent market? Or in a year from now, is Diggs a little bit more expendable? But, Aubrey, the Cowboys contract situation isn't going to get any better. It's up to Jerry and Steven to manipulate the math and make it work, right? It can all come back to, I think it's low-hanging fruit and quite honestly a little uninformed when you say, well, that Dak deal is going to handcuff him. I mean, to a degree it will, and everybody says the Cowboys should have never done that. You're right. But the Cowboys never prepared for life after Dak Prescott. So they knew when they signed Dak, all these contracts were going to come up. They should have a plan for all of them. Some guys are naturally going to have to walk, and that's where a Jake Ferguson
could be
a little bit more replaceable of a Jake Ferguson than a Tyler Smith.
Sure. No, absolutely. There's no argument here. Even a Deron Bland, for that matter. I mean, if he gets a contract offer that the Cowboys don't want to pay, he walks too. I go back to Trayvon Diggs, Jason, and I honestly think his days as a Cowboy are numbered. I don't think the Cowboys – the guy's just too injury prone. Now, the fact that he's rehabbing on his own, I think is pissing the Cowboys off. And I just don't think his days as a Dallas Cowboy are very long. And I think he's going to be playing – if he's playing anywhere, he's going to be playing somewhere else besides Dallas.
Well, I mean, you got to look at the math and the dead money. It might be 20 after 26 before they can get out of that. But, if there's an end in sight. But then you look at, when he's healthy, you look at Overshown. That's every year in the NFL. And if you're drafting well, you're going to have to either make a tough decision or come up with the money. And the Cowboys have drafted well. They like to tell us they like to draft, develop, and pay their guys. Now they're going to have to go do that. Micah Parsons. Today, honored in his hometown. It's Micah Parsons Day. His high school retired his jersey. And I'm sure that's thrilling for him. But I imagine that guy just wants to see a big old number on a contract that he could put this behind him. But I do wonder, with an article that dropped today about the demands of T.J. Watt, if the lack of a Micah deal partly is on Micah waiting to see what T.J. Watt gets, because that will make Micah richer. Now, I know Micah said he doesn't give a damn about that, but I also know who he's represented by, and that guy does. So David Mulligetta might be pumping the brakes on getting a deal done because of what we're hearing that TJ Watt wants, which is 5 years, 4 of those guaranteed at $40 million per.
Yeah, and he's not going to get that. TJ Watt's 31 years old, and he's had a history of injuries. And so I can't imagine the Steelers paying that kind of money to a TJ Watt. I know they'd like to keep him there. He's a very popular player in Pittsburgh. But if those reports are true and that's the kind of money he's looking for, I just can't imagine that any team is going to pay him that kind of money, specifically the Steelers. So we'll see. So if Micah's waiting on that, I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I think I just have a feeling that he and Jerry, that they're close. There may just be a clause here or a guarantee there that they're waiting for. Jerry doesn't want to get rid of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons doesn't want to go anywhere. And so I just think that it's done. It will get done. And but TJ Watt, on the other hand, Micah's 25. T.J. Watt's 31, and he's demanding stuff. Please.
Well, and for Micah Parsons, this is his first big payday.
Yes.
And outside of quarterbacks, you generally get one, maybe two. And TJ trying to cash in on what he knows is going to be his last mega contract. It's going to be interesting, and I'm with you. I say this. I know how Jerry operates, and Jerry has proven it time in and time again. I completely disagree with the way Jerry Jones handles the contract of his star players. They ultimately get paid, and they get paid more than if he would have got the deal done earlier when eligibility first started. Right. But that's how Jerry operates. He's got his reasons. I can disagree with him. 31 other teams seem to do business a little differently, but hey, Jerry's Jerry, and he's running the Dallas Cowboys. None of these contracts are a surprise to him. And as we sit there and go, man, what's Jerry going to do when you see this and you go, oh, Tyler Smith. You might have forgotten about Tyler Smith. I promise you there is a room somewhere with a spreadsheet that has all the projected numbers up in Dallas for the next several years. This isn't a surprise to them, and they've got a plan on how they think it's all going to work. And ultimately, it always seems to work out, doesn't it?
It always does. And I will say this. I don't follow the Titans very closely.
That's your team.
Well, okay. I saw an article, I don't know if it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday, where and it was a Tennessee beat writer saying that the Dallas Cowboys were right about Tony Pollard. The Titans now are realizing the limitations of one Tony Pollard. And so it's interesting how those things work out. And you say, well, why did you let him go? Well, they know a little bit more than we do, it appears sometimes. But in the Pollard case, at least it appears at this point in time that they knew what they were doing.
Well, I know, and I've talked with Stephen about this before, not only on the air but privately. Every position group has a value, and how much they're spending in each room, and sometimes they have to rob Peter to pay Paul. But I do think the DeMarco Murray contract scarred Jerry and Steven to a degree where they're not going to pay running backs like that. Then you saw what happened with Zeke. Zeke was still young. And Tony Pollard, he was good for what they were paying him, but they weren't going to pay him what Tennessee did.
$10 million per.
Rico wasn't worth $3 million to the Dallas Cowboys. And they went out and they got a Javonte Williams and a Miles Sanders that are probably about the same guy as Rico. And they got two of those for the price of one Rico.
Well, it'll be interesting. Look, Miles Sanders had some good years in Philadelphia.
Yep.
I mean, he did. And Javonte Williams, I think the jury's still out on this guy. He had a bad injury, but was running well before that happened. So I don't know. We'll see, but I can't wait. We're less than 2 weeks away from training camp out in Oxnard, and we will be out there live doing the show beginning on, the 28th?
Yeah, we land in California for our AA Best Bail Bonds Cowboys training camp coverage on Saturday the 26th. First padded practice is that Sunday, and then we hit the ground running with the morning huddle. 4 a.m. California time from the tennis courts.
I hope they hear me snoring as they walk out the door.
Yeah, we love doing road trips to California because those guys get off work, come home, and wake us up so we can get ready.
That's exactly right. And then we're off at 4 o'clock.
And we're off at 4 o'clock.
West Coast time, that's
Beautiful.
For sure. Today we're off at 6 o'clock, and we're at the Roo Pub, and we're going to enjoy a cold beverage or two once we get off the air. So if you want to make your way out here, please do. 281 and Redland Road. A lot of folks out here having a great time. You're listening to The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson
Hump Day on the Morning Huddle, the most busy sports day of the year, Rob.
If the Spurs don't sign this one dude, I'm going to be mad. There's nothing else going on.
Well, we'll talk about it all. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
Hi, Dr. Damaso Oliva Jr. here, candidate for Ray Fail 77. I invite you to join us for the 170 Grander Poker Tournament on Saturday, August 2nd. Proudly sponsored by Thomas J. Henry and benefiting the Ray Fail 77 Scholarship Fund. We're putting $170,000 on the table, and it could be yours. The top women's and men's finishers each win $50,000. Register now at TexasHold'emSA.com.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glowing Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-939-1331. That's 800-939-1331. 800-939-1331.
Game day starts at home, and Romo Door Supply delivers the win. From sturdy entrance doors to stylish interiors, Romo's got what your home team needs. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com. Quality doors, unbeatable prices. That's RomoDoorSupply.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Door Supply, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Blitz live at the Roo Pub for just a few more minutes on the air, but we're going to stick around for a little while. 281 in Redland Road. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here as well, and it's been a good day, a busy day, and a lot of fun stuff coming up. Roo Pub today. We got training camp coming up, and then we're headed to Vegas.
Yeah, Circa Las Vegas, August 21st and 22nd, that Thursday and Friday. We'll do the show live from Circa Las Vegas, and then we'll stick around for the weekend. They're having their big ultimate contest weekend, Circa Millions and Circa Survivor, big sign-up weekend. Although if you're going to Vegas between now and then, you can sign up through the day of the opening kickoff. But that weekend is a ton of fun. Every time we go, I want to go with you guys. Now's the time to book your rooms and your flights. We can help you on the rooms. There's a discount on the rooms, 20%, promo code BLITZ at the Circa or their sister hotel, the D. Then, but if you go to sasportstar.com, there's a link there that has information, but the discount code's already applied.
And that's awesome. And I tell you what, every time we go, it is more fun. And more people go, and it's just a blast out there at Circa. So make plans to join us. Come on out there. Don't miss out this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's still vacation season, right? I mean, come on. Plan your vacation. Let's go.
Well, that's work.
Well, not for us, but for them.
Well,
while we have to work, they get to play.
I mean, it's typical. It's like sitting here at the Roo Pub.
Exactly.
Although you look like right now the Spurs, a good majority of them are in Vegas. A little bit of work, a little bit of fun because it's Las Vegas. Wemby did an interview yesterday with the French newspaper. Couple of things that he said, music to, I'm going to guess, Spurs fans' ears. One of them, he wants to be a Spur for life.
He does.
No surprise there. But he just continues to say things along those lines. The exact quote. Now, granted, this is translated. So when I say exact quote according to Google Translate, he said, I know not every player in the NBA has the same ambitions, but it's obviously my dream to spend my entire career with a single franchise in San Antonio. Love that.
Well, I love hearing it. I do. And there's always that business side that can crop up. So, but I'm happy he feels that way. I think he feels comfortable here. Spurs always make their players feel comfortable, make them feel like family, and he's certainly no exception.
And he knows the company line, too. Because if you're mad that the Spurs didn't go get Kevin Durant, he said, quote, breaking up a young core for a single player rarely works. I want the Spurs to be a balanced team. They've been the masters of that in the past. Now, that's from Wemby in the French newspaper, although, quite frankly, that sounds like something RC would say or Pop would say. Like, dude, we tried for Kevin Durant, but we don't. This doesn't work. Here's the plan. Okay, boss.
Yeah, absolutely. And they know best, right? When you're talking about the Spurs front office, at least according to Wemby. And I'm happy that they didn't go after Kevin Durant.
I know you are.
I was not a fan of that.
They would. And the other thing he said, he's been cleared to play basketball. Let's talk about that with Dr. Harrison Schofield, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. It is our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine online at TSAOG.com. So, Doc, Wemby did say that he finally got the green light from the Spurs medical staff to play basketball again. I'm a little concerned by that because while he was over in Japan and in China, we saw him playing soccer. We saw this dude try a bicycle kick and fail miserably at that. Was he doing that while not being cleared to play?
Yeah, that's true. I guess the monks over in China, when he was training with them, maybe they gave him the go ahead to start playing some soccer before basketball. But definitely great news that he's cleared and ready to go. So super encouraging, and I'm super excited to see this young group this next season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. There's no doubt about it. Turning to football, I have to ask you this because Najee Harris is a running back. He suffered what they're calling a superficial eye injury during a fireworks mishap this 4th of July. I'm not sure exactly what that is, Doc, but do you guys see fireworks injuries around 4th of July, New Year's Eve, that time frame?
Yeah, it every year. So not at least in my field, I don't tend to see the eye injuries, but we always see his hand injuries. It reminds me of the old Jason Pierre-Paul injury to his hands a few years ago. So super scary. And I think NFL GM start writing some kind of clause into the contracts, not letting him be around fireworks around his tapes. But it sounds like from what I've seen that it's relatively minor, but certainly scary anytime you're around firework injuries, and certainly I think with the eye is certainly concerning.
All right, be honest, Doc. Over the last couple of days, have you had to reattach some fingers?
I haven't personally. There's usually go to like the university hospital, so certainly had to do that plenty throughout training, but always pretty much on the 4th of July and New Year's, there's pretty much always a few of those that come in. So definitely word of advice to not have any fireworks go off on your hands. Be very careful to everybody out there.
All right, knucklehead question, because I'm going to guess most of those firework accidents happen after a couple of drinks. But and I'm 100% serious. You have an accident and you realize you've gone Jason Pierre-Paul and your fingers are laying on the ground. What do you do? I mean, what's the best advice to try to save your fingers?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you want to wrap the finger in like something moist. Like a moist towel or like something clean, and put it on something cool, the finger not directly on ice, and then get to a high-level trauma center as quickly as possible, like a level 1 trauma center. There's usually like having finger replant is something that's very time sensitive, and so you want to get to it quickly. Unfortunately, in the situation with firework injuries, usually the finger is so damaged it's not going to be reattachable. Because the vessels are too damaged on the opposite side. But if you were to have an injury, ideally like something like where it's a clean cut, that's much more reattachable. But time is of the essence, so you do have to work quickly for sure.
Well, Doc, when you do that and reattach it, it can't be the same, right? I mean, you're going to have some limitations with that?
No, yeah, definitely never the same. And it depends on kind of exactly what level it's cut off at, but certainly stiffness and decreased sensation, it will be expected long-term, no doubt.
How many fireworks did you blow off on the 4th of July, Doc?
I personally did not blow up any. I've personally had an experience where I blew up a firework in my hand and almost blew some fingers off. So I'd stay very far away from them now because I would not have been a surgeon if I did that back when I was in college. So I stayed away from them the 4th of July.
Was actually blowing up fireworks. I mean, this.
No, after that incident, I stayed very far away. I blew up a mortar in my hand, and it was an eye-opening experience. I stay far away now.
Doc, you could have pleaded the 5th on that. It would have been okay.
Man, I appreciate it, honest, Doc. It's like when a surgeon says you don't need surgery, you say, well, I mean, you like to cut on people. If you're telling me I don't need surgery, I like an honest surgeon.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's how it is. Doc, we're a couple weeks away from training camp. Big story coming out of San Francisco on Brandon Ayuk, if he's going to be ready and be able to play. And there's a lot of players that might start on the PUP list, physically unable to perform list. At this point of the offseason, what are team doctors looking for on whether a guy can practice or not practice?
Yeah, so they're looking at a combination of just time and wanting to be far enough out, and then really at this point, this far in their recovery, they're looking at a lot of different testing measures. So especially at the NFL level, they're able to do a bunch of different tests to see exactly how his surgical leg compares to the non-surgical leg in terms of response and strength. And you want that leg to be back to as close as 100% as possible, because if there's any residual weakness left in that leg, it exposes the ACL to new injury. And even if the leg is strong, you still do have to be really careful, because there's a period over the 6 to 12 months after an ACL reconstruction where that ligament is still maturing and healing in, is still not, all the way as strong as it could be.
Doc, when you look at something like that, does that tendon or that tear or whatever it happens to be in the knee, is it ever as strong as it was, or is it perhaps even a little bit stronger after you guys do what you do?
It can be, as far as like actual just pure strength, it can be a little bit stronger, but it's never quite, the exact same as what God gave us. So it's still always a little bit different, but it can be actually, just when we look at testing, it can actually be as strong, if not stronger, than what the native ACL is.
Dr. Harrison Schofield, always appreciate the knowledge and the insight. We'll catch up soon.
Absolutely. Jason, Joe, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
The injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Dr. Schofield and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online, buyersbarricades.com.
Yeah, I love all the doctors over there because they're so knowledgeable, and we throw questions at them all the time, and they just pop off the answers, and it's really kind of cool.
Well, they're good at what they do.
They are, absolutely. And if I'm a surgeon, dude, I'm with him. I'm not getting anywhere near a firework or anything else for that matter.
I mean, but, it always happens to somebody else. I would think the surgeon might still shoot off some fireworks, just be a little bit more cautious, but accidents happen.
No, I'm sending my kid to do it. I'm buying you light. All right, I'm going to stay over here.
Because there's running involved.
Well,
you would spill your drink.
That and, hey, dude, son, I can reattach your finger if it blows off, so you do it.
Would you?
Yes.
I couldn't. Well, that's why
I couldn't, but the doc could. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not even going to go look for your finger.
Dude, I had a firecracker blow up in my hand when I was a teenager. Luckily, I've still got all the digits.
I think most of us have had some sort of experience with a firework. I remember one time down in Rockport, New Year's, we were lighting off all these bottle rockets. One fell over, and it shot me in the back. I had a bruise, but it didn't even burn my coat. But it hurt like hell.
Man, I had one blow up the top of my foot. I've still got the scar. And I was feeling no pain, literally, until the next day. And I realized I had a bunch of nasty looking tissue going on.
Once the alcohol wore off.
It was very painful.
Yeah, it's beer time.
Hey, it is beer time. We've had a blast here at the Roo Pub. You still got to have time to come out here, have a beer with us. We're not going anywhere. We're going to have a cold beer, too. Get your seat for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. That is coming up. That should be a lot of fun. And, again, if you can't make it out to the Roo Pub or see it on TV, well, you can certainly listen to it right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hope you have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
You're right.